being investigated for sexual assault allegations. Another positive COVID-19 test for the Red Sox, this one for ace lefty Chris Sale, who will miss his scheduled start Sunday against the White Sox. Clemson is still ranked 6th after an opening loss to Georgia, but ESPN's Desmond Howard says the Tigers may not make the college football playoff.
And I just don't think you see that on their schedule right now. So it's looking pretty bleak, but, stranger things have happened. But statistically, they're out of it.
Desmond Howard on Key J and Max. Of the 28 teams to make the playoff, all 28 won their season opener. Men's semifinal day at the U.S. Open first right now on ESPN and the ESPN app. Daniil Medvedev leads Felix Auger-Aliassime by a set. Later, Novak Djokovic faces Alexander Zverev.
Want to look like $1 million? Upgrade to a Dollar Shave Club 6-blade razor for a noticeably smooth shave thanks to their 6 precision-cut stainless steel blades. Find your perfect shave with Dollar Shave Club stores. Yep, that's Dollar Shave Club in store. So go to the store and find them.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios. That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yuso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. It is a Football Friday. Phil Steele in 15 minutes, previewing the biggest games in college football. Jay Ducote later this hour for our tailgate segment. We will have Theriot next hour and a ton to get to. Picks, previews, everything you want for your football weekend. We'll delve right into it. The NFL season did get started last night. The Bucs with a walk-off field goal for Tom Brady and company there. They rallied with under 2 minutes to go. Just left them too much time. Like Dallas in the points last night, was super hopeful they might be able to pull off the upset in the end. Tampa was just a little better, and it was missed opportunities. Greg the Leg left some points out on the field for the Cowboys last night. But it would have been great for the Saints if the Bucs had an early L pinned on them. But didn't happen that way. So 31-29, Tampa Bay, their title defense begins with a win over Dallas last night in the NFL season opener. For what it's worth, Tom Brady did talk after the game comparing this game to the Week 1 loss last year in New Orleans to the Saints.
Last year sucked after the first game. Let me say that. That was come a long way from 365 days ago. That was a pretty lonely feeling after the game there in the Superdome. But, again, we won. It's great. But, we know that it was a far from perfect, and we've got to get back to work and clean a lot of stuff up.
Meanwhile, we did get to see Dak Prescott last night. First time he's played since last October when he had the broken leg with the compound fracture. Dak looked good, man. Listen, my hand's in the air. I was the guy who, when Dak decided to go back to Mississippi State for his senior year, I said, look, Dak passed on the NFL. I said, Dak didn't pass on the NFL. The NFL passed on Dak. And it kind of showed, as even after his senior year, he was only a 4th-round pick. There were a lot that weren't convinced that Dak Prescott would translate. But even coming off that injury, missing as much time as he did, man, Dak looked good. And Dallas looked like a team that, if Tampa is what many think they will be this year, Dallas certainly showed why they are the favorite to win a very weak, albeit NFC East, but a division favorite nonetheless.
Yeah, we're going to fight. We're going to fight both sides of the ball. We played complementary football better than we have in my time here. Those guys, as I said, we didn't convert in the red zone. You turn around and one play later, they have an interception or they got a fumble or whatever it was. They're stepping up, and we're playing together. And that's the great part about it. The energy on the sideline never was down. We're trusting and believing in one another, make plays. We're holding each other accountable. And we're going to do that as the year goes on, and this is just the beginning. So proud of the way that we fought, proud of the way that we played, and just we came up short.
Certainly sounds like a moral victory. And there aren't many of those in the NFL. Moral victories get you fired. But Dallas 0-1, Tampa 1-0. So they, of course, lead the division. When you look at the rest of the league, Atlanta opens up at home against Philly. Who really knows what Philly's going to be this year? Of course, Carolina is also at home against the Jets. So that's going to be fascinating for Sam Darnold going against his former team. And then, of course, you have the number 2 overall pick in Zach Wilson starting the season there for the Jets. So Jets at Panthers. And then, of course, Packers, Saints from Jacksonville. It's the rest of the division. And your Sunday night football matchup is Bears-Rams. And then on Monday, you'll get Baltimore at the Raiders as they have fans at Allegiant Stadium for a Raider game for the first time. So, man, it's the NFL's here. That's phenomenal. Of course, a giant college football weekend is ahead. We're going to preview the biggest games of the week with Phil Steele here in less than 10 minutes from right now. But Ed Ogeron did meet with the media, as he does every Thursday after practice, and he kind of updated how the week went for the team after a very, obviously, disappointing season-opening loss at UCLA.
Great week of practice, a lot of energy. Our guys are looking forward to first home game at Tiger Stadium. Get this taste out of our mouth and our gut. A lot of respect for Coach Frank Wilson and what he's done at McNeese. Good friend of mine, great coach here at LSU. A lot of respect for Cody and the work he's done and his teammates. Watched them, I admire the way those guys work, the whole coaching staff. They're going to come here to battle. We're ready to fight.
Now, there's a couple of players and sort of eligibility issues that we're keeping an eye on for this weekend. Number one, everyone's interested in Trey Bradford. Running back, who you know the story by now. He signed with LSU last year, played last season, transferred to Oklahoma. Before the season started, transferred back to LSU. And Ed Ogeron was asked about his eligibility status.
Trey practiced with us today for the first time. I don't think he's eligible to play this Saturday. I'm going to find that out tomorrow. I'm
going to be very interested to see if they can get Trey Bradford eligible at any point this season. They'll need a waiver. I don't know if they'll get it. I don't really even know what he'll be able to bring this season. But it sounds like Trey Bradford's role would be as a pass catcher. And that would be something that they desperately need in this offense from their running back spot, as we've talked about a bunch. The other guy who is kind of the pass catcher of the backs is John Emery. Also did not play last week. Ed Ogeron was asked John Emery's status.
No, that's we're going to wait for that call. And if he's available, we'll play him for sure because he's practiced. He's practiced just like everybody else. We went ahead and practiced him this week just in case they say he can go.
You don't need Trey Bradford and John Emery to beat McNeese this weekend, but you sure would like to have them to allow this offense with a new coordinator, I know Max Johnson started a couple of games last year, but really a first-time starting quarterback with some shuffling on the offensive line. You would love to get those reps in these types of games to be ready to roll in a couple of weeks when SEC play starts. And one more, Ed Ogeron was also asked about Mike Jones, the linebacker, the transfer linebacker from Clemson, who we saw in special teams last week, did not see on defense. Here was Ed Ogeron when asked about the transfer.
I want to see him in there. I want to see him in there, and I want to see him playing well. He's an experienced player. He's done a good job enough in the middle. It's still an ongoing process for him, but he definitely can run. He definitely can make plays in space. He's definitely a good tackle, and he's great in coverage. So we have to use him more. You'll see him this week.
So Mike Jones, we will see out there. And it was sort of my idea with how Mike Jones' season might go. As a reminder, Mike Jones showed up here in June. He was not here in spring. He was not here for the summer. He showed up in June. So he went through some work. Well, I guess in June, summer. But he went through some workouts and then was really only on the field at the start of fall camp. Changing positions. He's a guy that I felt was going to get better and more involved as the season goes along. Not that dissimilar, honestly, from Patrick Queen's 2019. If you remember, Patrick Queen was not a starter at the start of the season in 2019. He was a guy that really flashed, if you remember, in the Utah State game early in the season, and he had some of those opportunities. He kept showing up on film, but as the season went along, more and more, they couldn't justify, having him on the sideline. He had to play, and we saw how it happened, and he ends up being the defensive MVP of the championship game and a first-round draft pick. You all know the story, but I'm not saying Mike Jones becomes a an MVP, first-round draft pick, all that stuff. But I do think he follows that similar trajectory. He gets more and more comfortable as the season goes along and gets better, and we'll get an opportunity to see him this Saturday against McNeese. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. It is a Football Friday edition of AFR. We're presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'll be there tomorrow for Whiskey and Wine as soon as the clock strikes 0 with LSU and McNeese. Fire up the 104.5 ESPN YouTube, the 104.5 ESPN Facebook, live from Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. It is the postgame show that everybody comes to. So join us from Don Juan Cigar Bar tomorrow as soon as the game goes final. Come hang out with us or just watch us on our streaming channels if you care to do it that way. So make sure you follow our Facebook page or you're subscribed to the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel, so that way set notifications so when we go live, you'll be notified. All right, it's After Further Review. Quick break. We preview the biggest games of the college weekend every Friday with Phil Steele. He joins us next. It's AFR.
AFR.
With Ida having come and gone, so many people are learning the unfortunate reality about their insurance, which is that a lot of us are underinsured. A lot of us have outrageous hurricane deductibles. A lot of us find it troublesome getting in touch with our agent, whatever the case may be. If after Ida you've learned you're not satisfied with your current insurance situation, do what I've suggested you do for years now. Call Insurance Network of Louisiana. 293-0450, 293-0450, 293-0450, 293-0450. You can call right now. They're open till 5. So you get 2 hours still to call them. A little less than 2 hours. But call right now. Get that process rolling. Why wait? Insurance Network of Louisiana, they shop independently to find you better coverage for less money. Maybe it's more coverage. Maybe it's a lower hurricane deductible. Maybe it's saving you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Insurance Network of Louisiana. 293-0450.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
Do more of what you're born to do.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
It is a Football Friday, means another opportunity to visit with Phil Steele, the Phil Steele College Football Preview Magazine, philsteele.com. Of course, the Phil Steele Plus Tour. You want college football content, you want to get it from Phil Steele, and you get it every Friday right here on AFR. Phil, as always, thanks for the time. How are you?
I am doing well. How about yourself, Matt?
I'm doing well, Phil. Last week was great opening weekend of college football, a great trip out to L.A., the game itself, not so much. So I think LSU fans are maybe looking forward to a little breather this week with McNeese State and maybe a chance to catch up on some of the other big action. Before we delve into this week's action, Phil, I know LSU was one of the teams you picked to have a big bounce-back year. What was your impression watching LSU last week? I mean, I think everyone here was really surprised by how it played out.
As was I. I thought that LSU would be able to go on the road and get the win there. Very disappointed with the defense. The way Charbonnet ran the football on them, and a couple of the big pass plays allowed once again. And, this is a secondary that you just look at. They're not playing up to the level of the pieces. A lot of time there are teams that play better than the parts. You add up the sum of the parts, and they do better than it. LSU secondary seems to do weaker than the sum of the parts. They've got perhaps the best cornerback combination in the country, and yet giving up 260 yards passing to UCLA surprised me. So I was very disappointed in the 7-0 start looked good, but then after that it was very disappointing.
Well, Phil, let's jump into some of the biggest games of the college football weekend, and we do have a really nice slate. Some of these preseason matchups, these pre-conference matchups are getting more enticing, like number 12, Oregon, going to the Horseshoe to take on number 3, Ohio State. Oregon struggled week 1 with Fresno. Ohio State, of course, went on the road and beat Minnesota in a pretty competitive game. Is this one that is indicative of the 2-touchdown line?
Yeah, originally the line was 10, and it went up to 14.5 this week. But and as much as I think giving that many points to Oregon is tough, I still like Ohio State. I mean, I feel the home field edges are going to be huge this year, and with the crowds back and as loud, as even louder than ever before, because they were taken away from them last year. So I look for Ohio State to play its best game of the season, perhaps, in this one against Oregon. And I like the way then in the second half they'll open it up for C.J. Stroud. He hit Olave on a big pass, Wilson on a big pass, the screen pass to Henderson, all big plays for touchdowns. They won the game by 14 after trailing in the third quarter. So I think we're going to see Ohio State continue to ascend. Wasn't overwhelmed with Anthony Brown last week. I'm not going to overreact. I'm sure they were looking ahead to Ohio State. But trailing 24-21 in the fourth quarter, Anthony Brown, I don't know if he's going to be that top-notch quarterback that Oregon needs. And, of course, Thibodeau is a guy that you look at him as being questionable this week. Perhaps even if he does play, will he be anywhere close to 100%? So I have to side with Ohio State and then lay the 14.5 this week.
Wow. Another big line, Phil, is Texas A&M going on the road to Colorado. They're going to play that one in Denver. It's a 17-point line. Phil, a lot of people here looking going, man, that A&M offense sure didn't look great last week. How do you see this game going at the neutral site, sort of home game but neutral site for Colorado?
Yeah, the altitude's probably my biggest concern in this one since it's in Mile High, and you wonder a little bit about what's going to the effect on that in the fourth quarter of a game. But the thing that impressed me last week was the job Texas A&M's defense did against Dustin Crum. Dustin Crum is a guy that really impressed me throughout his career. In fact, when he went head-to-head with Jordan Love, who's now with the Green Bay Packers, he outplayed Jordan Love greatly in that game, and Kent State beat Utah State in that one. I thought A&M did a great job shutting him down last week, holding Kent to just 110 yards passing. I rated A&M's running game with Spiller and a chain as the top running back group in the country, and they didn't disappoint me last week. And it was a great second half. The first half was a little bit of a struggle. The second half was much better. Now, Colorado's not a bad team. In fact, they were 4-2 last year. They opened up with a nice win over Northern Colorado. But they've got a freshman quarterback in Brandon Davis. They lost their starter heading into the year. And I think that freshman quarterback matching up against A&M's defense is going to be a struggle. So I've got A&M winning that one, probably by about 3 touchdowns. And I'm still very bullish on A&M, and I'm still looking forward to that game October the 9th when they host Alabama.
That's going to be a big one for sure. A big one in Ames, Iowa, Phil. I know we talked about it last week. I was surprised Iowa so thoroughly beat Indiana the way they did. Now Iowa goes on the road to Ames for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Really intriguing matchup here. Which team is for real? Is it Iowa or is it Iowa State? What do you think, Phil?
Well, I think they're both for real. I think Iowa State is a legitimate contender in the Big 12, and I think Iowa's a legitimate contender in the Big 10. And frankly, I'm a little surprised the number's higher over a field goal. This is one of those games, much like I looked at Georgia and Clemson last week and thought defensive struggle, decided by a field goal one way or the other. So I got to like the underdog. You know, when you look at Iowa State, they've got a veteran offensive line, but Breece Hall struggled to run the ball last week. He only averaged 3 yards a carry. It surprised me a little bit against Northern Iowa. They do have Brock Purdy. They do have the great tight ends. They've got Xavier Hutchinson, a wide receiver, and a top-notch defense. This is an Iowa team that, you know, the first 2 games last year they lost by 4 points and 1 point, and then they just blew out their final 6 opponents. And had they been able to play Michigan and had been able to play Missouri in the bowl game, they would have been 8-2 in the top 10 team at the end of last year. And then they just dominated Indiana in the opener. They're not flashy. They don't have a 4,000-yard quarterback. They don't have that big-name running back. They don't have big-name receivers. They just win and win every week. And how about the fact that Kirk Ferentz is a perfect 5-0 against Matt Campbell in the Cy-Hawk properly. So I'm a little surprised I was getting over a field goal for this one. I like Iowa plus the points to potentially pull the upset. But I think you have 2 teams that are definitely for real this year.
Phil Steele's with us on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com, STEELE, PhilSteele.com. Jump back into the SEC, Phil. Arkansas, a former and, again, future conference matchup with the Texas Longhorns coming in. Struggle against Rice for Arkansas. Really nice debut for Sark there in Austin. What do you think? Do the Longhorns go up to Fayetteville and roll?
You know, I'm a little bitter about last week, Matt. I had Rice
Did you have
plus
Rice?
20, and they were up 17-7, and then in the fourth quarter, there's 5 minutes to go. They're down by 7 points. I mean, what could go wrong? And then the Arkansas gets a touchdown, and Rice is running out the clock. They throw the interception, return 40 yards to the 20. You're like, well, we're still okay. First and goal at the 3, 58 seconds left, take a knee, right? Nope. Touchdown, Arkansas, and they cover the 20-point spread. So
that, my friend, is the definition of a bad beat. There's no question.
But you're right. Texas did look good against Louisiana last week. You know, and when I talked to Coach Sarkisian in the offseason, he said he liked the talent he inherited. Hudson Card looked good at quarterback. They've got Bijan Robinson, one of the top running backs in the country. The defense looked very good. I think Texas is definitely the stronger team, but Arkansas is such a great underdog under Sam Pittman. Remember last year they were a dog in all 10 SEC games. Somehow went 3-7, almost probably could have gone 5 or 6 wins last year. So I have to side with Arkansas anytime they're an underdog, but I do like Texas to win the game. I would look around, see if you could get the full touchdown in that one with Arkansas, though, plus the points, because Texas was definitely impressive last week.
I got a couple more for you, Phil. One more in the SEC. It's not a ranked matchup, but it's the only conference game. Missouri on the road at Kentucky. And, Phil, a lot of people here are really interested in that one because LSU is going to travel to Lexington, and Kentucky's getting a lot of love this year. Missouri struggled a bit last week against Central Michigan, another team LSU plays next week. So make sense of this one for me. Missouri going on the road to Kentucky.
Yeah, and Central didn't even have their head coach for the game with McElwain out with an appendectomy. Central outgained Missouri 475-468, and of course Missouri came out of there with a 10-point win. Now Tyler Batty looked great last week, 203 yards rushing, but I don't know if he's a between the tackles type of runner, and I don't know if he's going to repeat that against a pretty stiff Kentucky defense. Now we didn't learn a lot about Kentucky last week. They only played ULM. ULM's got troubles. They're one of the weakest teams in the FBS. But what we did see was Will Levis can throw the football. He's got a strong arm. He threw for 367 yards. Wandale Robinson's an impact newcomer there. He was Nebraska's offensive playmaker, both in the return game and a receiver, and he had 125 yards receiving last week. They've got the running back in Christopher Rodriguez that can go between the tackles. So I think Kentucky's the better fundamental football team. last year when they went to play Missouri on the road, Missouri pretty much dominated them because they just stacked the line, dared Kentucky to throw the football, and Kentucky couldn't throw the football last year. They can this year. They're at home. I like Kentucky to win this one by more than 5, and I think Kentucky 2 weeks from now when they host Florida, we may be talking about that one. I believe they have the potential in that one as well. So I'm bullish on Kentucky this year.
He is Phil Steele on Twitter at PhilSteele042. We'll tell you more about the magazine and the Phil Steele Plus Tour as well here in just a quick second. Phil, I want to ask you about an underdog play. There's a lot of other good games around college football. Utah, BYU could be interesting. Stanford, USC. There's some interesting games. What jumps off the page to you maybe where if you like an underdog this week, you think maybe there might be a wrong team favored pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with one of the big games this week. I'm gonna take a look at Washington against Michigan. And Washington, they lose to Montana, right? So that's all you hear is, well, they're not very good. They lost to Montana. In the first half, they had a 14-2 first down edge. I mean, they got stopped on downs, interception, fumble. They just blew numerous opportunities. And Montana got a field goal on its first drive, and then they didn't even cross midfield until late in the fourth quarter. They somehow managed to beat Washington on the road. Now, Washington was looking ahead to this game against Michigan, and I think you're going to see a completely different Washington team this week. Michigan did beat Western Michigan handily last week, but they'd lose their top wide receiver in Ronnie Bell. And even in the big house, I think Washington could go on the road and get it. So if you're looking money-wise, you're definitely getting a lot of value. This was a game that was probably pick 'em last week, that now Washington's getting almost a full touchdown. So I like the Huskies to.
He is Phil Steele on Twitter at PhilSteele042. We tell you about Phil Steele's college football preview every single week as well. You can order that at PhilSteele.com. You can pick it up at Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. And Phil, also the Phil Steele Plus Tour. Check it out every single Friday. Why don't you give our listener a little bit of an insight of what the Phil Steele Plus Tour is there on the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I did the Phil Steele Plus Tour to show you how to use Phil Steele Plus to its fullest, which is really the tool that I use all football season long. But also, you get some free plays. And this week, it's the first time we got double-digit free plays. I got 10 free plays out there for you. We're talking about FBS versus FBS matchups, FBS versus FCS matchups, NFL matchups. They're all up there. 10 free plays, plus complete reasoning. I walk you right through each of the plays, show you all the different stats and reasons behind the plays. So make sure you check it out right now. It's available. Go to PhilSteele.com. and take the Phil Steele Plus Tour with selections and get 10 free plays right now.
Make sure you subscribe to the Phil Steele YouTube channel. Hit the bell to be notified when Phil posts. Trust me, you're going to want those free plays as soon as they go live on Friday mornings. It's the Phil Steele YouTube channel, the Phil Steele Plus Tour. Basically, if you can spell Steele, S-T-E-E-L-E, you can find Phil pretty much anywhere. And you can find him here every single Friday on AFR. Phil, you're the best. We appreciate you as always. Enjoy the football weekend.
Hey, bold prediction here, Matt. LSU beats McNeese State.
Did you notice I just completely skipped over that game? I just we're not even going to talk. Is there even a line on this game? I honestly don't even know.
Yeah, actually, LSU's only a 34.5-point favorite. And last week, McNeese lost to West Florida. West Florida's not even one of the teams that I track. They lost 42-36. So I think LSU's offense should look good after West Florida got them for 466 yards.
Fingers crossed. Thanks so much, Phil.
Have a good one, Matt.
That is Phil Steele. This is After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. Some breaking news in the NFL, both involving the Saints and a former Tiger. We will get to that and go around the SEC next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital. I want to remind you, of course, that if you are planning to attend the game in Tiger Stadium, you're going to need either your proof of vaccination or a negative PCR test. Well, it's too late to get a negative PCR test because you have to have that 72 hours before kickoff. So if you still are interested in the vaccine, brgeneral.org. You can go to the website, brgeneral.org. Remember, they've got their Baton Rouge General Express Care locations as well, including the Express Care location directly across from Tiger Stadium. It's on Nicholson, in that shopping center directly across from Tiger Stadium. So walk-ins are welcome from 8 to 2 on game day to get your vaccine. If you're going to Tiger Stadium, remember proof of vaccination, and our friends at the Baton Rouge General Hospital are there to help. brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org, expanding healthcare in Baton Rouge. It's the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org.
Introducing Vizzy Lemonade. the only lemonade hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. All new Vizzy Lemonade. Step up your seltzer game.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Oh, all right. A little bit of breaking news around the NFL. We'll start with this involving a former LSU Tiger, Ian Rappaport, reporting offensive tackle Lyle Collins suspended 5 games without pay for violation of the NFL's policy and program on substance of abuse. So, Lyle Collins popped for 5 games for substance abuse. Now, it's worth noting this does not say PEDs, but I think that's likely the assumption there. It is interesting to me how we just view PED usage so differently across sports. I mean, the baseball guys are vilified when they get popped for performance enhancers. I guess unless if you're Big Papi, because then you can shove needles in your ass and nobody cares.
Hater.
Truth teller.
Hater.
Truth teller. Now, if you're in football or professional wrestling, you do whatever the hell you want. That's a bummer for Lyle. I know he's battled back from injury to get healthy, and when he's right, he's one of the best right tackles in the NFL, paid as such and has played as such, but a pop for 5 games there. Maybe the other part that's a bit concerning. Now, that was that's substance abuse there. That's not the league's policy on the personal conduct policy. And that's the concern from the Saints' perspective on Marshawn Lattimore and Deontay Harris, because both are facing potential discipline for those. It's worth noting David Onyemata got popped for performance enhancers. He's already had his suspension handed down. We're all assuming that Marshawn Lattimore and Deontay Harris are going to be good to play against Green Bay, and until seemingly their legal situations play out. There is more news, however. This is from our friend Catherine Terrell from The Athletic on Twitter at @_Terrell. Ken Crawley and Traquan Smith being placed on IR. I'll remind you that IR is now there's an unlimited number of short-term IR spots, so you can go on IR and you can come back after 3 weeks. So it used to be a short-term IR designation for just one player. Now it's unlimited. They changed that last year because of COVID. But man, that's a super bummer for Ken Crawley. Well, let me go a step further here. All right. My contention all year, Mike Triplett was with us yesterday, and we had this conversation. We had the conversation several weeks ago when he was selling me on Ken Crawley playing well. And I said, look, if you're trying to sell me on Ken Crawley being an important part of this defense, that's a problem. And the Saints continued to go supplement this defense. They've added Bradley Roby. They added Desmond Trufant. And I think with Trufant and Roby, they're better than with Ken Crawley. So I'm actually okay with Ken Crawley not being there. Would you love it? Of course. I mean, now you don't have P-Rob, you don't have Ken Crawley, so you've seen even more turnover there, but you have added Paulson Adebo, the other two guys that I just mentioned. You could be fine there, but the key is having Marshawn Lattimore. If Lattimore's there, I think you can work it out opposite Lattimore. I'm not saying that it's a sure thing, but you can make it work. I think you have enough pieces there. I like the idea of Roby when he's eligible next week. I like the idea of Trufant, a veteran who's been a Pro Bowler, and then Adebo, who's a young guy with a ton of potential, and of course C.J. Gardner-Johnson, sort of a nickel safety. You got guys. P.J. Williams can play your dime. You got guys, okay? And then Traquan, about a month ago, during training camp, Traquan was out. He was missing time during training camp. And this was at the very beginning of Saints training camp. And I went on air that day, and I said this about Traquan Smith. I am basically done with Traquan Smith. I got here last year with Jared Cook as well. And I'm there now with Traquan Smith. So I don't care. Said it a month ago, I'm punting on Traquan Smith. Don't care. If he comes out and has an awesome year, fantastic. I'd be glad to see it for the Saints. But I'm done with him. He has done nothing to warrant anything of the benefit of the doubt during his time in New Orleans in his professional career. I'm not saying the guy's trying to get injured, but it's just enough is enough is enough is enough. And when he's had the opportunities in game, he's blown it. So I'm not interested in Traquan Smith. I am actually more excited now with Traquan Smith not there. I'm more excited to see them push the ball to Marquez Callaway. I'm more excited to see the possibility of Deontay Harris blowing the top off of defense. I'm more excited to see can Juwan Johnson be a flex tight end and make it work in the NFL. I'm more excited for more targets at Adam Troutman. I am more excited to see a healthy and phenomenal Alvin Kamara and not the vampire that is Traquan Smith sucking the life and energy and targets out of this New Orleans Saints offense. So good riddance. If you get healthy at some point, you know where to find us. Otherwise, enjoy IR and, find a new place to play next year. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by GMFS Mortgage, gmfsmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999. Home buy, refi, construction loans. That's GMFS Mortgage. And, of course, now post-Ida, so many people are looking to recover post-Hurricane Ida. If you are looking for a home renovation loan, those options are there at GMFS Mortgage. They have disaster loans available at GMFS Mortgage. So you can log on to gmfsmortgage.com, gmfsmortgage.com, and you can learn more about their loans. If you need to seek out those options post-Ida to help recover, check them out. They've been here for 22 years. They'll be here for decades more. It's gmfsmortgage.com. Home buy, refi, construction loans, gmfsmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage, changing lives. We normally do around the SEC here. Let me just skip around the SEC because we've got Jay Ducote coming up in less than 5 minutes, and I did want to get this story quickly. There was just breaking news there that I wanted to touch on. With respect to around the SEC, of course, Gulf Coast Office Products, Trey Beal, our guys, awesome people at Gulf Coast Office Products, face-to-face sales, service after the sale, official office equipment provider, the LSU Tigers, the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Pelicans. They're just awesome. So check them out, Gulf Coast Office Products. I want to do this just real quickly before we run out of time in this segment. The Big 12, it is official. The Big 12 has, in fact, extended membership invitations to BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and Central Florida. They made that announcement official earlier today via their website with a release. The Big 12 will expand yet again to 12. They're sitting now at 10 with Texas and OU, who are going to head to the SEC. There remains the possibility that the Big 12 could hit 14 members, provided these 4 teams come into the conference before Texas and OU leave. So if you're taking note, of course, you've got the 8 remaining members. You got Texas and Oklahoma that are going to join the SEC in 2025 contractually. And then these 4 new schools, BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and Central Florida. The idea was to take the 3 best teams from the American, that would be Cincinnati, Houston, and Central Florida, and then add BYU, which is an independent in football, but is in a conference, in the West Coast Conference, in all other sports. So BYU is going to have to pay a buyout to the West Coast Conference for other sports to be able to join the Big 12. The American Athletic Conference bylaws require a 27-month notice before a leave and $10 million in a buyout fee. They could leave earlier at a steeper price, we'll see, but joining by the 2023 season, so not this year, not next, not the following, still seems like a long shot. It would likely be the 2024 season when you see the Big 12 expand, and then potentially then Texas and OU joining the SEC, or Texas and OU could wait until 2025. So there is a very real possibility that you could have a 14-member Big 12 with these 4 new schools and Texas and OU as they overlap for potentially a year. But it is official now. The Big 12 has accepted BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and Central Florida. This now guts the American Athletic Conference. So what do the remaining members of the American Athletic Conference do? Do they try to seek new membership, or does that league fold and the remaining members go seek membership elsewhere? That's the domino effect of conference realignment, but it is now official that the Big 12 will expand yet again. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're aboard with us here. Friday shows brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Football Friday, our tailgate segment with Jay Ducote is next. Stay here.
AFR.
Had a great lunch today with Darren James. Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. You know where to find them. Agent225.com, agent225.com. And every time I talk to Darren about his business, he always makes it a point to say, I want to give people unbelievable customer service. I want to be Disney World. I want to be the Ritz-Carlton of real estate. And not that you can force someone to remember you, but if you give someone such exceptional customer service, they can't help but remember you and talk about you. That's Darren's mission. That's not something you often hear from a realtor, is it? That's why Darren James is on the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1,000 realtors in America. The Real Trend's top 1% of realtors in America. It's Darren James. 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at patientplusuc.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner. Fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Fridays tailgate recipe of the week with celebrity chef Jay Ducote.
I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I really learned how to cook tailgating for LSU football.
Of BiteandBooze.com.
There's whole pigs cooking in Cajun microwaves and big cast iron pots of gumbo and jambalaya and red beans and rice and these amazing South Louisiana dishes. That's how I learned how to cook.
All right, Jay Ducote back with us again. I believe you started the tailgate segment in 2017. That was our first year in the video studio.
Yep.
And the whole idea was, hey, let's do something really cool that's visual, that people would want to see, to drive people here. I'm going to put this down, though.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
That's all good. So, Jay Ducote, and so that intro we've had the whole time, it even said like Bite and Booze. Do you have Bite and Booze blog?
I mean, it exists, but not really, no.
It's worth mentioning that Jay Ducote's properties were bought by Guarantee Media, so Jay's one of us now. And so, like, you can find Jay on Talk 107.3 weekday afternoons. Of course, Government Taco is Jay's restaurant, which I guess now is also Guarantee's restaurant. So
also true.
We're all interwoven. All right, so I love what you did today. And I said, all right, look, they're playing the Cowboys. Like, what can we do cooking theme-wise? I mean, but we kind of had a little bit of a nice fall cool snap this morning. It was 63 degrees when we woke up, and it's supposed to be really nice tomorrow as well. So you brought this cauldron here. Explain.
Yeah, so the old cowboy cauldron, that's what you break out for McNeese. And you can cook all the Louisiana cauldron-style dishes in this, so you don't have to cook Cowboy, or when I think Cowboy, I think more Texas, Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But McNeese, they share so many of those similarities with that part of Texas and the cattle drives that came through. That's why the McNeese State is called the Cowboys, is because of the cattle trade that came through that part of Louisiana, out of Texas, and all that. And so a lot of barbecue, a lot of beef in that part of the state, in the Lake Charles area and all that. But of course, anytime you're going to break out a Bayou classic like this, a cast iron cauldron, gumbos, jambalayas, red beans, things like that are the way that I go. And I actually cooked a big pot of red beans earlier today. This is actually for a catering gig that I have this weekend with the LHSAA. But I figured I'd bring you some of my red beans, Matt.
So we're going to sample Jay's red beans.
Yeah.
All right. You going to get some in there too?
Yeah, I can do it.
We're going to toast spoons.
There we go.
All right. So give me an idea of how you cook your red beans. So you don't think tomorrow is too early for red beans?
No, I really don't. I especially think getting out there early, lighting up the fires, getting the cauldrons going is a great move. And I think red beans actually, I think it's too early for gumbo.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it's too early for red beans.
What about etouffee?
Etouffee is fine if that's the direction you want to go. I mean, it's not crawfish season, you know, but you could make a shrimp creole, something like that. Seafood's a little lighter.
Gumbo's an October, November type thing. Yeah, that makes more sense. So the beans are fantastic. Do you have any secrets that you throw into your beans?
Let's see.
What's in here?
So this started with the Holy Trinity. Yeah, it's some green onion, scallions on top. So started with the onion, bell pepper, celery, a good bit of garlic. Slap Your Mama Cajun seasonings in there. Love my friends from Ville Platte, Louisiana with Slap Your Mama. Let's see, there's a little bit of Slap Your Mama Cajun pepper sauce in there too. A little vinegar kind of cuts through it a little bit. It's a lot of smoked sausage.
Okay.
And then the red beans, you know, I mean, and just let it simmer. Some bay leaves. Not a whole lot in there other than that.
It's easy it's an easy tailgate food as well. It's an easy thing to make for a whole lot of people. So get I didn't even know that's what that was called. That's a Cowboy cast iron pot is what that is?
A Cowboy cauldron, a cast iron cauldron, a Dutch oven. This is a large Dutch oven is what it really is.
Large Dutch oven. Now, we also generally talk with you as well about what libations people may have. So are we into like dark beer season yet? Are we into like the Oktoberfest, the fall
exactly
beers?
Right.
Are we there yet?
It is time. We actually just put Urban South Oktoberfest on tap at Government Taco.
Okay.
So the good thing about Oktoberfest style beers, and the Oktoberfest is a German lager, and it really is pretty light and crispy. It's darker in color.
Beer.
And then
that's right. That's
fair.
Summer.
I mean, IPAs and the summer beers that are maybe starting to go out of season in favor of those fall Oktoberfest style beers, and then we'll start to get into some other dark beers. But a lot of the juicy, hazy IPAs that are really popular now, those are year-round beers.
Yeah.
And so, you know, any of those beers from Parrish or like Jucifer from Gnarly Barley, Holy Roller, Grapefruit Holy Roller from Urban South, Voodoo from Tin Roof, those are all going to be available. And I think actually really great game day beers.
Yeah, and Tin Roof, of course, is right, just north of the campus on Nicholson. So
you can swing by there.
Are they open tomorrow? I guess I would assume
they'll be open.
So lots of great places you can go if you want to have the whole game day experience. Government Taco open tomorrow?
Government Taco will be open the whole time. We can do catering orders as well if you want to reach out.
It's not too late for tomorrow?
No, we could get a couple in for sure.
Okay.
If anybody's looking for game day packages to bring out to the tailgate party or to watch at home, we could put some stuff together. Call the restaurant and ask for John. He's the manager over there right now. And,
what's the number of the restaurant?
That's a good question. Google has it. What?
How about this? Hey Siri, call Government Taco.
My phone's about to blow up.
That's what happened there. So Government Taco does have catering available for the game tomorrow for your tailgate party or your home gate party if you're gonna have people over. So check out Government Taco. All right, we're under a minute. Last week was such a bummer. Score? Do you want to give a score?
38-17.
Oh wow!
I'm giving the Cowboys a little credit here.
Okay.
I think they're gonna move the ball a little bit. I don't think they're all that. I don't think they're all that bad. You know, I mean, obviously they're going to be outclassed by the talent that we put on the field.
Yeah. 38-17, man. Wow. Line's 35. Like,
Yeah.
I hope it's a little not as close as that.
Good. I hope so too.
I'll
so
give you
38-3 is that more?
That would be great. Three would be phenomenal. I know you got a show to do. Jay Ducote, Afternoons Talk 107.3 FM, of course, the owner of Government Taco, and with us here for our Football Friday tailgate segment each Friday again. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
All right, hour 2 coming up right after SportsCenter. Stay here.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, WilliamsonEye.com, 924-2020, 924-2020. If you want to see 2020, call 924-2020. I tell you that every day. It's a good sort of mnemonic device to remember it. 924-2020. Remember, Dr. Blake Williamson, all the docs there, his staff, they do an amazing job. But if you need refractive surgery, they can do anything. You want your eye exam, you need to buy your eyewear, they do that. But if you want to live your life without contacts or glasses, the Williamson Eye Center has a refractive procedure for you. Just go for that consultation. Whatever fear, whatever objection you may have, just schedule that consultation. Let Dr. Blake Williamson walk you through that process like he did with me. Actually, September 11th, tomorrow, is my 3-year anniversary of my LASIK, and I'm still seeing better than 2020. So call 924-2020, 924-2020 to schedule that consultation at the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Auctioner Health.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back North Airway off of Airline Highway.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hand injury lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown with breaking news. Cowboys offensive lineman Lyle Collins gets a 5-game suspension for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. Collins started the opener last night after missing all of last year with a hip injury. Jets wideout Jamison Crowder will miss the opener against the Panthers Sunday. He's still recovering from COVID-19. Crowder is vaccinated but still has symptoms. So the new NFL season is underway, and so far it seems like the old season. Tom Brady wins again. ESPN's Ed Werder.
You just can't say enough about how great Tom Brady is and the circumstances under which he came in last year. And with a bad leg and a new team for the first team in 20 years, goes out and wins a Super Bowl. And there's every reason to believe, based on last night, that they're going to be the number one team in football again this year unless somebody gets hurt.
Ed Werder on KJ and Max. It was expected, but now it's official. ESPN's Jeff Passan reports Dodgers right-hander Trevor Bauer won't pitch again this season. His administrative leave now runs through the postseason. He hasn't played since late June.
Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol Shaving Cream. That's Barbasol Shaving Cream, an American classic for over 100 years. You're looking good, America. You're shaving with Barbasol.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. Okay, you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Yeah, bro.
All right.
Good to see you in person.
See you.
Last week I was out in Cali. I was going back to Cali last week, and you were not there. You know what was the best part of the whole game experience at the Rose Bowl?
Not the end when you were doing the post-game show with
You didn't love that with Russ?
With Russ.
Why not?
No. Russ yard sailed the whole show.
He tried. That's why I kept trying to walk away from him. And he was like leaning on me. My back hurt very badly. Yeah. And like, I gave him a lot of nonverbal, but some people loved it. Some people loved Russ. Some people didn't love it. That's sort of also the nature of whiskey and wine. Like some people love that format. Some people don't. But he did try to yard sail a lot of that.
What was the best part of it?
At the end of the third quarter, they turned the joint into a nightclub and played California Love. Tupac. Whole place was going in the city. It was awesome. Look, here's a video of it right there, by the way. That's like they did all the lights like strobe lights. It was awesome, dude. So much energy. The video I posted doesn't even really do it justice because I was singing, and so the camera was picking up more of me and not the whole crowd, but it was awesome.
That looks kind of awesome.
It was like, I'm telling you, I'm watching the video and like it doesn't look as awesome as it was in person. You kind of had to be there. But they just started doing that this year, apparently. The students didn't even really know what to do, but it was cool.
Well, they're going to know what to do next time.
Yeah, I know. They kind of kicked the crap out of LSU. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully things go better this week. LSU plays McNeese. The Cowboys.
Yeah, they do.
McNeese.
Yep, they play
State.
They play the McNeese Cowboys.
Yeah.
last week I did a letter to UCLA and Los Angeles, I guess.
Yeah, and you played the song I Love L.A.
Love L.A.
It didn't sound like you loved L.A., though. You could have played Kid Rock Cowboy here.
I love that song, though. I love L.A.
Oh, you do love I Love L.A. Why?
They play it when the Dodgers win after the game.
So that's why you
Kinda
love
like
it?
New York, New York.
But that's a way better song. That's Frank Sinatra, and that's New York, New York, and that's the Yankees. This is the Dodgers. And Frank
In
Newman.
Chicago, Go Cubs Go.
Do they play that after every game?
And in the Rose Bowl.
Oh, they don't really play anything after they win.
Tupac.
No, that was at the end of the third quarter. Yeah.
So I wrote a letter, penned a letter to Lake Charles about 4 minutes ago, and I'd like to share.
I love your transparency.
Next in the office next door, because my phone has been blowing up.
Why has it been blowing up?
Because everybody needs a roof.
Oh, well, who sells roofs or who can fix and replace roofs?
Well, HUDCO does that.
That's
so,
HUDCOroofing.com, by the way.
Servicing everyone. Anyway, so I just pinned this letter. I'd like to share with you guys. Pretty good one, I think. It's all right. Short, but good. So here goes. Dear Lake Charles, similar to Shreveport, y'all should go ahead and leave Louisiana.
No. Oh, no. You know what's the worst part about that is I'm going to hear that from Hester. That's it.
He's going to be pissed.
He's going to be pissed.
That's why I did that.
Okay.
You're so close to Texas and act just like those clowns from Shreveport that I think it'd be in everyone's best interest if y'all just joined Texas.
Okay.
You'd get the advantage of no state taxes. And our state literacy rate would jump tremendously. So win-win for both parties.
Hashtag Broadmoor.
Hey, I can't add negatives, but I can read.
Same. Okay.
I really can't add negatives. I don't get
Really?
that. I don't understand.
You can't do negatives. Okay.
That makes no sense to me.
I'm not good at math either, by the way.
I guess us Tigers should be flattered, but it's getting a little nauseating how y'all have done everything in your power to mimic LSU for years now.
Ooh.
Your baseball coach played at LSU.
Ooh, that's true.
Your football coach was a Tiger. Hell, your starting quarterback is as LSU as a kid could be. Therefore, I'm going to vote for a name change. USL's done it 11 times in the past 20 years, so it shouldn't be that difficult.
USL. It's
going to
trigger them. You're going to trigger them.
LSU LC has a nice ring to it. I know you guys are trying your hardest, but when Barb and Sam Houston High School have better recruiting classes than you do, it's time to look in the mirror. Barb is loaded, by the way, every year.
You're talking about baseball, though.
They would beat them in football, too. But yeah, baseball, Barb's definitely beating McNeese in baseball. With the Guidry kid on the mound, no doubt about it.
Okay. Where's he going to school? I know, right? Damn it.
I would suggest hopping in the same league that LSU Eunice and BRCC's in. It's the junior college deal for Louisiana. We don't have a lot of them. The problem is, I don't think you guys could handle LSU Eunice either. And BRCC's on the come.
Yeah. Go Bears. Are they Bears? The Bruins? BRCC?
Bears.
Bearcats?
Shout out Thomas Semino, baseball coach.
Shout out Thomas Semino. We're the mighty Bears. Bears great mascot.
Yeah, it's a good
Great mascot.
When I was in college, Matt, I once went out in Lake Charles.
Oh.
I'm lying. I tried to go out in Lake Charles, but after 5 minutes in Cowboys, I realized that all the dudes had on Delcom Reeboks and the girls had huge dips in their mouth. We took the party to Scott, Louisiana, and ate some boudin instead.
Did that really happen?
No. Which makes it even better. Hashtag show prep.
It is lying.
I did go to Cowboys once. It was fun. I had a good time. When your fans take off the blue and yellow and put on the purple and gold after y'all play St. Agnes Community College for the 11 a.m. megacast, it must really hurt your feelings. Should be a little different playing an actual night game in front of fans. I hope the faithful Cowboy fans show up, and for your sake, I hope they keep on those ugly colors, the blue and yellow, for the entire game. Sincerely, Ryan.
It's after further review. Why do you hate the city of Lake? Well, never mind. Whatever. That was good, though. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
Saints are going to play a home game in Jacksonville. Did you see this? Brian McCarthy tweeted from the NFL tweeted this picture. They got the Saints logos on the field there in Jacksonville. Fleur-de-lis at midfield. Saints in the end zone. It'll feel nothing at all like a Saints home game. They do have a swimming pool there, though. Don't they have a swimming pool in the Cabanas there in Jacksonville up there? That's pretty good.
Haven't they done that before? They played in Jacksonville before?
Well, not home games, but they've played in Jacksonville before.
So when the deal happened in New Orleans, was it the last hurricane or flood or whatever? I thought they played in Jacksonville.
In Katrina? No, they played in New Orleans and in Baton Rouge and San Antonio. They played a home game against the Giants in New York. They played half the home schedule in San Antonio, half at Tiger Stadium. So
I like Jacksonville. It's a good place, good city,
great, beautiful.
And according to Sean, he likes this. He likes the fact that they're doing this.
Playing in Jacksonville?
Yeah, he likes going on the road and the home game over there. So.
Mike Triplett told us yesterday, and he actually had a pretty good historical argument about when the Saints have had to do this, and it has happened before. And sometimes just when they've traveled and been away, sometimes when they played on the West Coast, they just go and they stay. If you're playing back-to-back games on the West Coast, instead of traveling, coming back home and then traveling again, they go and just stay for the week. They've actually had a really good success rate doing that.
They have. I saw that.
So I thought that was really something I hadn't considered, but it was really interesting. So in any event. We will talk more Saints, Packers. I'll give you a pick in that game coming up.
Okay.
In hour, not you, in hour number 3.
I want to give a pick before I leave.
Okay. But I'm going to give my pick in hour number 3.
Okay.
Of Saints, Packers, and LSU McNeese.
And I have a theory on why they play better when they're not in New Orleans, too. Can I do that whenever I do my
Absolutely.
pick? Okay.
Can't wait to hear the guest picker is.
I'll just do it now because New Orleans stinks. That's why they're better when they leave New Orleans.
Why do you hate this show? Better question. Why do you hate me? Why are you trying to get people to be so angry at you that then they all come and vomit on me?
You just said it yourself. They play better when they're not in their home city.
I didn't say
Mike Triplett said it.
I didn't say that. No, he didn't say that either.
Sure he did.
He just said in rare instances where they've had this circumstance, they've managed it well. I think that's because they have a good organization, a good head coach who knows how to organize this stuff when they have these circumstances arise. They have good leadership. That's all.
Or the city stinks.
They've also had one of the best home field advantages in the last 15 years as well.
Should go to San Antonio.
No, they should not do that.
San Antonio Saints.
Yeah, go play in a big box, the Alamo Dome. No thanks. It's after further review.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Pluckers, Nicholson, and Bluebonnet. Hey, high school football is back tonight. Was last week too, but high school football is back. If you need a place to grab a bite before you head to the stadium, you can get by Pluckers, Nicholson, or Bluebonnet. You got college football tonight. You actually got a ranked Coastal Carolina team playing tonight against Kansas, the Jayhawks.
Yeah.
You can watch that game at Pluckers as well, Nicholson or Bluebonnet. Tomorrow, game day. Need a place to watch all of the college football action all day long? Pluckers. And let me remind you, if you're getting out to LSU's campus for game day, you can always get into Pluckers. Grab a bite to eat, grab a few beers. They do have Go Cups as well. I don't know why that's legal on game day,
is
but
that legal?
It is now.
You can just walk around with beers?
You can get a Go Cup from Pluckers. So you can, it's walking distance to Tiger Stadium, so you can eat and get a few beers to go and head toward the stadium. It's Pluckers, Nicholson or Bluebonnet. Dine in or carry out. Eat wings, drink beer, watch sports on TV. Pluckers. You don't like our wings. We'll give you the bird.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, glad to have you aboard with us here. An unfortunate thing happened earlier this week. The Saints cut Latavius Murray.
Murray, present.
Why is that unfortunate?
Glad you asked. Because on this show for several years, every time we've said Latavius Murray,
present.
We play that line from Flight of the Conchords. And I'm really sad because if Latavius Murray doesn't play for the Saints anymore, I'm not going to have an opportunity to say Latavius Murray.
Present.
And so that bit goes away, kind of like the Todd Peterson bit.
Yeah.
Ted Peterson.
Or like when Alden Cartwright comes on.
Cartwright?
Just a little bummed.
You can still talk about him.
Who?
Latavius Murray.
Present.
I guess so.
Just like how you do Tigers in the Pros, we could check on him every week. Latavius Murray.
Present.
Well, Latavius Murray.
Present.
Signed today with the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh.
So Latavius Murray.
Present.
Now plays for the Ravens. You know where Mark Ingram went after he was with the Saints?
Yeah, he went to the Ravens.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know where Devontae Freeman went after the Saints cut him?
No, I don't know that.
You want to guess?
Ravens.
Nailed it. And now Latavius Murray.
Present.
Going to the Baltimore Ravens. Is John Harbaugh just waiting for Saints running backs to get cut and then just scooping them up?
Just taking them.
This is a little weird, huh?
Yep.
I hope Alvin Kamara plays his entire career in New Orleans. But if he leaves, I bet I know where he's going to go.
Yeah. Might as well get him a place over there now. No, I like him. I want him to stay. He's really the only good player on that team.
I know. I love him. Yeah. Latavius Murray.
Present.
Now with the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. Do you love the NFL?
I did last night.
What did you love about it?
Well, that it was back on, really. And I was really rooting for Dak too because I wanted him to come back from that injury and do well. And like I like Dak. Dak's a good dude. And it was a terrible injury and all that. I thought he played great, so it was just good to watch NFL again. It was a couple good teams, a couple good QBs. I hate the new.
Really, all I wanted to do was just have a segue to say DraftKings is now live with daily fantasy in Louisiana, and you have a shot to win
$1 million.
So what you do is you download the DraftKings app. You use the code Baton Rouge. A guy texted me earlier today, said, Matt, I downloaded the DraftKings app. What's the code? It's Baton Rouge, one word. I replied, and I was very grateful. The guy was actually, I don't even know if you actually checked this text line. I was like, yeah, I do. It's really me. Let's see. It was, let me see if I can find this guy's name. Here it is. Nope, not him. There it is. Josh Gunby.
Oh, yeah, Josh. I got him.
Not sure if you really get these messages, but what was the promo code for DraftKings? I said, yep, it's me. Code is Baton Rouge, one word, at DraftKings. How could you forget the code? It's Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. Josh.
I say it 500 times during the read.
It's Baton Rouge.
And if you use the code Baton Rouge and you're a new player, you get a free shot to win
$1 million.
And you could draft Latavius Murray.
Murray, present.
Good job. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Your shot to win
$1 million.
And if you don't, you can kick rocks.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Tom Brady can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Freaking 44 years old.
I hate him so much.
Should not be playing football. Goes out there, just picks people apart. He's got the best defense and all these freaks around him. Like,
I know.
I don't get it. The guy's got it all. He's got everything. He's actually better at 44 than he was at 18, 19, or 20. It makes absolutely zero sense to me how he's doing this thing. His hairline's better, the skin's better, his arm's better, like the whole thing.
Do you think it's the Brady diet thing?
I think the diet has a lot to do with it.
Of all of it, I'll tell you, the thing that is the most perplexing is the arm talent. Like, he can still make every throw.
Yes.
From the touchdown pass to Gronk, he's set and he just, that torso rotate, he whipped that ball right over the middle. I mean, he threw a Hail Mary last night. He chucked the ball 65 yards in the air. I mean, anyway.
He threw one as he was falling down.
I know.
Like, anyway, he can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
I'm so jealous.
I so didn't care when he was in New England. But now that he's in the Saints division, I hate him.
Well, in New England, I kind of felt like it wasn't him. Like it was like the system. Now I know it was him. Like it was all him. And it makes me not like him. So he can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Ben Simmons can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
You're not that good. You never really were that good. You're just a very, very talented athlete and all that. Like demanding a trade and all that stuff. Like, beat it. I liked you when you were here a little bit, but I didn't feel like you played that hard, so now I'm off you. So you can kick rocks.
Who?
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Ben Simmons.
Oh.
Greg Zuerlein can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
You're a pro. Like, you're paid to do one thing, and that's kick the ball through the uprights.
And he made the go-ahead field goal.
They ended up losing, but he missed the other ones and the extra point.
I mean, he missed one that was like 60 yards.
And then one that was very makeable and an extra point.
I know.
And they would have won the game. And Greg's like, just kick it through the uprights.
I was just trying to be combative, quite honestly. I'm so bitter about that. I wanted Tampa to lose so badly.
Right, and they should have.
They should have.
Dallas should have won. They had some key turnovers, like the whole thing. So Greg Zuerlein,
really thought on the Hail Mary, when Dallas intercepted and was running it back, it had a kick-six feel to it because all the skill players were downfield, and it felt like, man, you were just going to have this convoy into the end zone. I really thought that could have been the play, but they got him.
And if you're a student that goes to LSU and you live like in the college, Lee, Brightside area, and you drive a vehicle, you can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
All of them?
Every single one of them.
All of them.
No idea what they're doing.
Even responsible drivers?
Even responsible drivers. They cluttering up the road. It's too many people. And I get it, like the influx of people that have evacuated and are staying, kind of making this home base because of the storm and all that. But the traffic in my city right now is nauseating.
It's always that way, by the way. Baton Rouge is the worst.
Yesterday it was especially bad. And I was very angry at it yesterday.
That was another thing I hadn't been to L.A. in a while, but there was another thing I was reminded of. You can't get anywhere in L.A. quickly.
No.
It's basically like 5 cities in one. And if you want to go from one to the other, you will wait 20 minutes for an Uber, then you'll be in the Uber for 25 to 45 minutes, depending on what traffic's like. I mean, if you want to go anywhere, be prepared to spend an hour plus trying to get to wherever it is you're trying to go.
That's right. We would carpool.
L.A. traffic can kick rocks.
They have the carpool lane in L.A.
The HOV lane, yeah.
Which is good. That one's actually pretty good.
There was that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry David picked up the hooker so that way he could ride. They could ride in the HOV. They were going to a Dodgers game.
So
he had the hooker in his car.
Yeah, I would carpool.
A lady of the streets.
I don't know if I've ever told you
Lady
this.
of the night. What do they say? Lady of the streets or lady of the night?
Yeah. I would carpool with Brad Osmus, former manager, Reed Johnson, and Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball.
Donnie Baseball.
That was our carpool group. How
Wow.
cool was that?
That is really cool. What did y'all talk about?
And then me. Not baseball.
Rhino, why are you here?
Well, yeah, I was like the throw-in so they could get in the HOV lane.
Hey, do you remember whenever you were with the Dodgers? The one thing I remember about your time with the Dodgers, and that was 2010?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. That was it's so weird I remember that. That was the year that
Manny just decided to not show up.
You told Manny stories on AFR while you were playing. And he also told us like he didn't shower.
Didn't shower. They kicked him out of the Ritz. He couldn't stay at any Ritz-Carlton nationwide because he would just yard sale his rooms. No shower. But that year it was awesome. He just wouldn't come for like a week, and then he'd show up early, work out, take BP, be batting third, and then you wouldn't see him for another week.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just Manny being Manny.
It was definitely Manny.
No, but that was the year Zach Lee got drafted by the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember, so Zach Lee was the quarterback at LSU, showed up here, but was a first-round draft pick of the Dodgers. And he kept saying, like, he had his number, and the McCourts were going through their Frank and what was his wife's name?
Mm-hmm.
The McCourts were going through their divorce. They weren't sure what was going to happen with the Dodgers, and they were in these financial peril, and they weren't going to be able to sign Zach Lee, and they threw like $6 million at him at the last minute. He was here, like, walked off the practice field and signed with the Dodgers. But then, like, you had like an LSU helmet or something like that there. I remember there was something where like you were talking to Zach Lee in the Dodgers locker room.
Yes, when he signed. Absolutely.
I remember that.
I was that guy that would always have LSU stuff in the locker room.
Yeah. Well, this little trip down memory lane has been brought to you by the Don Juan Cigar Bar, and we'll be there for whiskey and wine after the game tomorrow. My guy Clay Young sent me the specials. Let's see. Clay. This week's game day feature at Don Juan Cigar Bar, Kentucky Mule, fine mix of delicious bourbon and ginger beer. And the featured cigar is the Mule Kick by Crowned Head Cigar Company. Medium to full body Nicaraguan, has spicy notes of cedar and citrus nuts.
Ooh.
It's the 2020 limited edition, by the way. Also, ask about the new private room at Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking forward to being back tomorrow. Love it. It's a great spot, man. Come hang out tomorrow at Don Juan Cigar Bar. Okay, well, now I got a quick break. Can't wait to see who Theriot's guest picker is when we come back. Another one of my family members, perhaps? Let's find out. It's AFR.
AFR.
If you need dinner plans tonight, Ichiban has got you covered. Essen near Perkins, voted by you.
Yep.
The best sushi and best hibachi in the Best of 225 awards. If you're looking for something different to eat tonight, maybe a night out on a game day weekend, Ichiban is an amazing option. Essen near Perkins. You can dine in. You can carry out. Curbside to go is available as well. You don't even have to get out of your car. That's at Ichiban. And, oh, by the way, shout out to Ryan Dixon. Look at what Ryan Dixon tweeted me last night. He went to Ichiban and he sent me this via Twitter. He just added me and just a plate of sushi. And right there is look, this is the Moscona roll right there. That's the Moscona roll. But, well, I think I zoomed in too far. Sorry about that. I zoomed in too far. That's my bad. Anyway, Ichiban, best sushi, best hibachi in the Best 225 awards, and Boru Ramen, their newest concept in Electric Depot on Government Street. Live music during the weekends as well. Ichiban or Boru. Try something new. Try Boru Ramen.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, rolling along here. Football Friday edition of AFR. We'll get to ask Ryan about 10 minutes from right now. You said you wanted to give a Saints and Packers pick. We will do our pick'em segment here in just moments. Incidentally, last week you had Erica on, my wife, and we had disagreed. You and Erica picked the same for each game. And then I differed from you all on two selections. You all had Iowa. I had Indiana. Iowa won. Yep. And then I had Notre Dame. You all had Florida State, and Notre Dame won. So we ended up tied after the opening weekend at 4. We were all 4-1. So we all had Georgia beating Clemson. And well, actually, if we want to count LSU, we can't. Well, I guess then we all lost out because we all picked LSU as well.
Correct.
We don't have to.
But we're tied.
Would you like to get a pick on the Saints game here?
Yeah, who are they playing? The Packers?
They're playing the Green Bay Packers.
Give me the is what's his name playing quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, give me the Packers.
I don't understand. You said you had you wanted to give a pick. I thought you had some explanation.
Yeah. Saints stink. It's going to be a long year. The guy throwing the ball, he throws as many interceptions as he does touchdowns. He's a 30-30 guy. That's good in baseball, but not in football. You have one good player, though. That's the good news. And then you have the defensive backs. What's his name? Didn't he get in trouble? He's suspended. And then the other one's hurt.
Not suspended, no.
He's going to be, though, at some point whenever the stuff
right
comes through. And then, actually, you know what? You got two good players. I like the linebacker.
Alvin Kamara.
I like Kamara.
Demario Davis.
I like Demario Davis.
Did you bring the Alvin Kamara cereal, by the way?
I didn't get a chance to do that. No, I've got a day job that I do. And so I have things that I have to do during the day. And so I didn't have time to do that. Sorry.
I agree with Brad, by the way.
My mom taught Demario Davis at Broadmoor.
I don't care.
For 1 year.
I agree with Brad, by the way.
Who's Brad?
Brad is someone who emailed our management, and management just forwarded this to me.
He emailed the boss?
Brad emailed the boss. The boss just forwarded this to me.
All right. Give it to me.
Here's what Brad said. Ryan Theriot is an a-hole. Spelled out, by the way. I just can't curse, but he spells it out. Ryan Theriot is an a-hole and should not be on air other than LSU baseball season.
What?
He douched on the city of Lake Charles that still hasn't recovered from 2 hurricanes last year.
Oh, come on. I didn't talk about Lake Charles.
He is a smart-ass prick and should only be commenting on LSU baseball.
You can't say that.
Brad.
You can't say that.
Smart-ass?
Yeah. Well, then why didn't you say the other one?
Because you can't say a hole.
I didn't say anything bad about Lake Charles, did I?
Yeah.
What did I say bad about the city?
Well, you talked about all the women with the dip in their mouth and the cowboy guy.
That has nothing to do with recovering from a hurricane.
Nothing going on and all that. And that they should just go into the state of Texas.
They should go into the state of Texas. Yeah. Brad, get your feelings off your shoulders, bro. Come on,
right, let's preview the college football games this weekend. All right.
Let's do it. Feeling good, baby. Feeling hot. Start the cheating again, because I know you already researched this, but go ahead.
Are we going to have a celebrity guest picker, or are you just not doing that anymore?
I don't know if we have one or not. I don't know.
So you didn't book a celebrity guest picker?
Been a little bit busy.
Then who's on hold?
We might have one. Do we have one? Muse?
I'm here.
There's my guest picker.
I did not know about this. I'm getting my nails done, so.
My guest picker.
So this is my wife, Erica. Again. And she didn't know again. And she's getting her nails done. Which I assume I assume for which I am paying that Erica is getting her nails done. Yes?
No.
How's your crypto?
Yeah,
now you are. Now that you mentioned it, you are.
My crypto's doing really well, by the way.
Erica, you can double up on the nails. Matt's crypto's doing good.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
Do the toes, too.
Hey, pipe down over there, Peanut Gallery.
Easy.
How about you go
quit spending my money?
How about you go sell a few roofs, and then maybe I'll spring for the toes. How about that?
I'm trying.
All right. Well, Erica, how did you feel about? So for those that don't know, Ryan completely just didn't get a guest picker, even though that's been the thing he's supposed to do here. It's like the one obligation he has, and he just punted. So Erica, my wife,
is this for real again? Like this is for me again this week?
Erica, my wife, saved him last week, and by the way, we tied.
You did so good.
You both were 4-1. I was 4-1. Our disagreement was on Iowa, Indiana. I had Indiana. You had Iowa. Iowa won that one. Then we disagreed on Florida State, Notre Dame. You all schmucks had Florida State, and I had Notre Dame, and I won.
We were so close to beating you on that one, too. If that coach did not ice his kicker, then we would have totally rolled you on that game. We would have won, Ryan, but it was the coach's fault.
It was
the
really
coach's fault. Ended in a tie.
Are you being manicured right now or pedicured?
I'm being, I'm getting my nails are being dipped in the powder, the gel powder dip.
I don't know what that means. Is that your feet or your hands?
My hands.
Well, how are you holding the phone?
Oh, I have it on my ear.
Oh.
I didn't know I was the celebrity guest picker again.
Well, you should have known you were the celebrity guest picker. Do you think Theriot was actually going to do any show prep?
No, I just thought it was like a one-time act, and it was done last week. I thought it was just like a one-time thing.
No.
But I'm good because we're going to beat you this week. We're beating you this week.
All right.
We're winning.
Oregon.
Go Falcons. Go Falcons.
Charlotte Falcons, absolutely.
Ryan and Erica were schoolmates in elementary school because people really care about that. Okay, Oregon is playing Ohio State. What do you think?
Oh, this is a tough one.
What's the Oregon mascot?
The Duck.
Oh, good job.
Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
wear the green outfits that are ugly. We're going with Ohio State.
Ryan, you agree? Are y'all picking together, or are we all picking separate?
We always, Ryan and I are separate yet together. You're on your own.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ohio State.
Yeah, he's picking what I pick.
Yep.
Because we're going to roll you.
I'm going Ohio State. Oregon's just they're not ready yet. They're not ready to compete yet. They lost a lot last year, lost a quarterback. Although I think they still have that big hungry linebacker, don't they? What's that guy's name?
Oregon?
Yeah.
You're talking about Kayvon?
Ohio State.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did the Thibodeau guy, he got hurt, huh?
He got hurt.
Oh, yeah, give me Ohio State.
Okay.
Who you have, Matt?
Of
Ohio State.
course you do.
Of course.
Iowa against Iowa State. Iowa was a big winner for you all last week. They're on the road this week in Ames. Are you sticking with Iowa, or are you going Iowa State?
They won once. They beat you once. They'll beat you twice. Yes.
All right.
Iowa.
Erica's going Iowa. Mr. The Riot.
I really wanted to pick Iowa State. But,
Ooh.
But
Ryan,
I'm not.
you can't.
I'm not gonna. I'm going Iowa.
No, not go against me.
I'm not.
All right. I am going to pick Iowa
know
State.
you are.
It's like Iowa State to win, so I'm going to disagree with you all on this.
Loser.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It would be way more fun if we did this against the spread. All right.
No, I don't like all that. I don't like the spread.
Why don't you like the spread, Erica?
It's win or lose, period. That's it.
I agree with
you
that.
You have to do math the whole time.
It's digital. It's because it's digital.
It's
you
not
either win.
digital.
Yeah,
that
you
doesn't make
black
sense.
or white. It's digital.
Erica, he says
you're either pregnant or you're not.
all?
Like whole deal.
No, like
it's digital.
It's not what that means.
Of course it is.
So you're talking about binary.
You're either early or you're late. There's no spread
But
in this
that
thing.
has nothing to do with digital, though.
100% it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's
no,
digital.
win or lose. That's it.
Win or lose.
That's it.
It's digital.
What did she say? Or he
I
say?
said win or lose.
No, what did the guy say? Was that a guy or a girl there? Is there a guy doing your manicure?
Yes, Luis doing my manicure.
Oh,
Thank
really?
you. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know guys did manicures.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the best. He is the best. He's the only
really?
one I see.
He's a guy.
Washington against Michigan. Erica, who do you got? Washington or Michigan?
Michigan.
Me too.
Michigan is always going to be a football school. Washington's not good at all. Michigan is a football school for forever. So they're the blue and the yellow. Blue and yellow.
The maize and blue. Yes, the maize
Yep.
and blue is what they are. Good call. Okay. I'm actually going to take Washington to pull the upset.
Bad. That's bad.
I think Washington, they lost last week to Montana. I think they're a much better team than that. Sleepy looking ahead. I
They're
think
old.
Washington wins this game outright in Ann Arbor.
Nope.
I'm going Washington Huskies to win. Okay, Missouri against Kentucky. Missouri, Kentucky. What do we think?
I'm going Kentucky on this one. Ryan.
Yeah, give me the Wildcats as well.
All right.
Yeah, Missouri's awful. I mean, what are they like the?
What are they?
The Missouri. They're like something to do with a cat or a lion or a tiger or something. They're the Missouri. I can't think. What are they?
A cat, a lion, or a tiger?
They are the Bruins. They're the Bears.
No, they're not.
No, there's something that I spelled wrong on Facebook when we started.
Panthers.
No, you misspelled Mizzou is what you did.
Oh, okay.
But they're the Missouri Tigers is what they are. They're literally the same mascot as the place where you attended university and have 2 degrees.
But I did say they're a cat or a tiger. I did say they're one of those. Yeah,
or
but they're
a lion.
horrible.
You did
Feline.
say a cat, a tiger,
They're
or a
feline.
lion. You did. You said many different things there. That's what you said.
Feline
Feline.
category.
All right, one more. How about this? How about Vanderbilt
Down, no.
at Colorado State?
Colorado State for sure. Vanderbilt, poor love. They're smart and they have, I think, hot guys that go there, but they are not.
Wait, why do they have hot guys that go there? When have you ever been to Vanderbilt to see the hot guys that go there? What are you talking about?
Seriously.
I've just heard that.
Where did you hear that?
I don't know, just people talk. I don't know.
No, nobody talks. No people talk.
I talk, yeah.
Who do you know that went to Vanderbilt?
A girl in grad school.
And
with
she
her
said
boyfriend went
she
to-
said Vanderbilt guys are hot?
Her boyfriend went there and he was hot, so I think hot guys go there. I don't know. That was where her fiance went to school.
Are you picking Vanderbilt?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Who are you picking, Rhino?
I'm picking the other team. I don't care who they're
Yeah,
playing.
Colorado State, because I said Vanderbilt, it's a smart school that
I
has
wasn't
hot
even
guys,
listening.
but
I
no
was
football.
texting. But, yep. Give me the other team.
Colorado State.
Yep.
I kind of want to pick Vanderbilt just to
You
disagree.
should.
They lost to East Tennessee last week. I mean, they're terrible.
No, they're bad.
We have
They're
to
really
have different
bad.
picks from you, though.
should
I mean,
pick
who did you go against us with?
All right, we do have 2 differing picks. I did take Washington to beat Michigan
Yeah.
on the road. I think they have a big bounce
Loser.
back. And then I took Iowa State, and you all took Iowa.
Yeah, I'm
so
going with Iowa.
So we do have 2 disagreements. So, all right. We're 4-1 after week 1, and we'll see how it all goes week 2. I guess, Paul, this is going to be the thing now. You're not going to get a guest picker the rest of the season there, Big Bad Rye guy?
I've got a guest picker.
And we're just going to have Erica keep coming back every week?
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
4-1. I think people are getting sick of that, but I'm happy to be a last-minute fill-in. How about?
Okay.
See how she does this week. If she tanks this week, then we may get one.
Okay.
No, I'm fire. Don't worry.
All right, babe. Enjoy your manicure there. That I guess I'm paying for.
Thanks
that I
for the
didn't know
treat.
you were.
I'm so glad to know that it's on the Amex now.
Yeah, right.
I have to pay with my
she's
own money.
Rack up the points.
I love that Amex. All right, bye.
Giving her a credit card is the worst decision I ever made in my life.
Was it bad?
It's literally the worst financial decision I've ever made in my life was giving that woman a credit card.
What about crypto? How's that working out for you?
She has no concept of how
Zero.
money works. No. Like, she never learned that.
You make it, and then you spend it.
Just no idea. None. Zero. She just knows she can swipe that thing, and she gets to walk out with whatever she wants. And, that's a problem.
No, not really.
And she can punch it into the internet machine, and stuff just gets delivered to the door.
Right.
Like, that thing being tied to her Amazon account, the Amazon Prime account.
It's scary.
Big problem.
Yeah.
Big problem.
I kind of like it, though.
People wonder why I work all the time. That's why I work all the time.
Atta girl.
All right, it's after further review. Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
If you're still cleaning up post-Hurricane Ida, our friends over at Clegg's Nursery can help. And you might say to yourself, Matt, how can Clegg's Nursery help with cleanup from Ida?
Matt, how can Clegg's Nursery help with cleanup from Ida?
I'm so glad you asked. Well, Clegg's Nursery is also partnered with True Value Hardware Store.
Okay.
So anything you'd find at a True Value Hardware Store, you can find at Clegg's.
Oh.
Meaning you need to rake your leaves.
I like to rake leaves.
Do you need a shovel?
I don't like shovels.
Do you need a saw? Do you need contractor garbage bags?
Love those.
Do you need floodlights?
Mm-hmm.
Flashlights?
Mm-hmm.
Batteries?
Mosquitoes were bad.
Mosquito repellent?
Yep.
The Spartan mosquito eradicator? Mm-hmm. Any of that stuff?
I need mulch.
Got it. Bag or bulk? Bag or bulk?
You know what I need? I need the rocks, river rocks.
I don't know if they have those.
They got them.
Okay, they got those too. It's Clegg's Nursery. And the weather's so beautiful, so just plant something. Buy local, shop local, Clegg's Nursery.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Lee Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Wrapping up hour number 2, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We get to ask Ryan, ask Theriot anything about anything. What's going on over at Bowie Outfitters today?
I know you felt it today. Fall's in the air.
Oh, I did.
It's a little chilly this morning. Now is the time. Now is the time to load up camo, guns, ammunition, boots, anything you need to get the hunting camp ready, get your hunting season started. Check them out at Bowie Outfitters. They have it all: stands, deer feed, duck calls. It's all there at Bowie Outfitters. Go to BowieOutfitters.com, check out the inventory, or go in, ask for my man Lee, tell him Ryan sent you.
Thomas White said, tell Ryan I'm a bit offended. I'm a big supporter of AFR. You met and Ryan, maybe you and Ryan, but I'm from Calcasieu Parish, so I'm going to have to get even one day.
Wow. Cry me a river. I didn't say anything about Calcasieu Parish or Lake Charles, okay? It was directed at McNeese.
Because of Lake Charles. Ask Ryan, why does he hate Shreveport? You hate Bossier also? I live in Bossier, but I feel like I'm grouped in with Shreveport by proximity. Nevertheless, Northwest Louisiana loves the Tigers. 3-1, great.
No, I like Bossier. Shreveport stinks. They might as well, honestly, might as well go be Arkansas.
Dex Bro, tell Theriot to move to San Antonio. Everybody hates you today.
Yeah. Everybody
you pissed off everybody. You pissed off Lake Charles. Yep. You pissed off Shreveport. You pissed off New Orleans.
Do we play Southeastern and do we play UL this year? Because I must get the whole state mad at me.
No, would you play LSU plays UL Monroe?
Okay, Monroe's going to hate me.
Okay, you're going to crap on Monroe.
I'm going in hard
Got
there.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
And Blaine Best just called me. Really?
What do you think's going on here,
Blaine? You serious?
Clean it up. George Reitmeyer, can you get Theriot a booster seat so he can reach the mic?
See, everybody's pissed. Whatever it is, what it is.
Boy, they are. Not liking you today. How about that?
It's all right.
Let's see.
It's okay. I'll take the heat.
Dustin Blanchard asked Musso, favorite Bob Marley song?
Seriously.
This is the Ask Ryan segment, not Ask Musso. Sorry.
Well, I'm the host. I can do whatever I want.
Sitting in his truck awful long after the show a couple weeks ago.
What do you think he was thinking about when Jay was in here early with them red beans?
Oh, boy, got the munchies.
Norman, I moved here 17 years ago, 5 months before Katrina. I'm going back north, tired of these storms and this heat. Should I go to Charlotte or College Park, Maryland?
Neither.
I like Charlotte.
I like Charlotte, but you could get blasted at Charlotte too. At Charlotte, yeah.
Michael Adams asked Ryan, do you think Jamar Chase will turn things around this season?
Yeah, he'll be fine. Season hasn't even started.
Alistar Musa asked Ryan, what city in Louisiana do you actually like?
Well, Baton Rouge. That's where I am right now.
Vincent says, ask Ryan, any chance you bring back the highlights circa the 2011 World Series? Hair?
Oh, I didn't have 2011 World Series. My head was shaved.
So true. Ask Ryan, how soft are Lake Charles residents?
Seriously. Cry me a river, you bunch of wieners.
Ask Ryan, what do you do if you find a stranger on your stand? Patrick Kimmery.
I go the other way and wait for him to get down. Definitely don't confront him. It's a good way to get shot.
Greg Lehman asks Ryan, do you ever take BP in the cages at Traction?
I do, from time to time.
Ask Ryan, are you tailgating tomorrow?
Possibly.
Are you going to the game?
No, I'm not going to the game. I may go tailgate. I think the girls have a soccer game at some point.
Ask Ryan, thoughts on LSU naming the court after Dale Brown?
I mean, whatever.
No opinion, really?
I really don't. He never really won anything, did he?
13 straight NCAA tournament appearances.
Did he win a championship or no?
2 Final Fours, 4 SEC tournament championships, 4 SEC championships, a tournament title as well.
He won a natty?
Did not win a natty. Charles McClendon, didn't they name the practice facility after him?
practice facility.
Okay. They didn't name the building, they named the court after the guy that basically defined LSU basketball.
Fine. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me one way or the other. I'm not like, name it after him. You're going to win a natty or something.
Asked Ryan, are you going to lose the Podcast of the Year award to Scone and Tea this year? It's the podcast I'm doing with T-Bob now. They made us do it.
Nah, I doubt it.
Well, we'd actually have to do a podcast again to win the award again.
Not necessarily.
We won it twice, and we just haven't filled it. We haven't done a podcast again. All right, hour 3 coming up next.
AFR.
Brought to you by South Point Volkswagen. SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com. Do you have a nice inventory? I know vehicles inventory a lot of places has been tough to come by, but they do have a really nice selection still at South Point Volkswagen. You know where they are, Airline just north of Highland, and they're online at SouthPointVW.com. So if it's on the lot, it's online. You want to search new or certified pre-owned, you can do so at SouthPointVW.com. Right there at the top of the page, you'll see either new or used vehicles. You could search by any different criteria, year, make, model, body style, price, narrow it down. And remember the all-new ID4. The ID4 is the first electric SUV for everyone. Winner of the World Car of the Year.
Car of the World.
In 2021. It's the Volkswagen ID4. You can test drive one at South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland or SouthPointVW.com. That's South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hand Injury Lawyers.
This is Sportscenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Cowboys offensive lineman Lyle Collins gets a 5-game suspension for violating the substance abuse policy. ESPN's Ed Werder reports Collins is appealing, saying the policy allows for a player missing a test to be fined, not suspended. In his first comments since the Patriots cut him 10 days ago, quarterback Cam Newton says he was caught by surprise.
Do I think this would have happened without me being away from the team for 5 days? Honestly, yes.
It was going to happen.
It was going to happen.
Inevitably.
Did it help ease the decision? Yes.
Cam Newton talking with his father Cecil on YouTube Live. ESPN's Jeff Passan reports Trevor Bauer's season is over for the Dodgers. The right-hander's administrative leave will now extend through the postseason. He's been out since late June while an investigation continues into allegations of sexual assault. School presidents and chancellors in the Big 12 vote today to accept BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF into the conference.
We're back on Monday after a busy week 1 in the NFL. We'll tell you who surprised us, plus who's underrated and overhyped. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max will give you all that Monday morning on ESPN Radio.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. 5 o'clock, quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Just 1 hour of Theriot today. Theriot's son, Houston, is playing high school football now for Dunham. So when they have a game that he's got to travel, he likely won't be with us here in the 5 o'clock hour. So Dunham plays Mandeville in Mandeville tonight. So Theriot had to get out so he can get out to the North Shore to watch the game. So just me here in the 5 o'clock hour along with Paulie and Muso, and glad to have you with us. Muso will have Tigers in the pros. I do want to get some thoughts on the naming of the court at the PMAC, Dale Brown Court, but it is a football Friday, and we got a lot to get to. I'll give you a Saints-Packers preview and prediction, same for LSU and McNeese as we wrap up the show today. Ed Ogeron did meet with the media Thursday night. One more meeting before, of course, LSU and McNeese take to the field, and talked a little bit about the week of practice that they had coming off of, obviously, a very disappointing opener against UCLA.
Great week of practice, a lot of energy. Our guys are looking forward to first home game at Tiger Stadium. Get this taste out of our mouth and our gut. A lot of respect for Coach Frank Wilson and what he's done at McNeese. Good friend of mine, great coach here at LSU. A lot of respect for Cody and the work he's done and his teammates. Watched him, I admire the way those guys work, the whole coaching staff. They're going to come here to battle. We're ready to fight.
Going to get to McNeese in just a quick second, but Ogeron, one more looking back. If Saturday and looking back was really as bad as it seemed then?
I do believe, they're young men, they're young kids. As soon as we get in the Tiger Stadium, that last game has been put to bed. I do believe mentally it has. It hurts everybody, obviously. And yes, it was as bad as the look. And I got to take the blame. I should have worked on them a lot harder. We did in the summer. There's some things, hindsight's 20/20. There's some things that I worked on more with our team, especially on the blitzes, especially on the tackle overs, the end over slot. All the formation that gave us problems that we know how to fix, but we just didn't run it enough.
You heard Ogeron there say, should have worked him harder, should have pushed him harder in the summer. But the thing that we have come away from last week, I believe to be true, is something that both Ed Ingram and Andre Anthony said earlier in the week, which is a year ago, this sort of fractured the team because the team was fractured. That's not the case now, as they've kind of drawn closer together. And Orgeron spoke to that as well with the leadership on this team.
I'm proud of them. I know in the locker room that they had the team before I had the team. There's been energetic practices. The guys, the seniors are practicing very hard. They came back here for a reason. They know we have a lot of football left. I think it's going to be a process, and we have a good young freshman class. Those guys want to win. They want to first time to play in Tiger Stadium. So I feel good about this team. I really feel. I feel good about where we're going to head, where we're going to go. We've got to get it done.
As far as just some housekeeping, Ed Orgeron was asked about Trey Bradford, the running back who's a part of the 2020 class, who transferred to Oklahoma, never played, didn't play a game this year, and then transferred and re-enrolled back at LSU. He's back with the football team. But Trey Bradford, Orgeron said he's still not sure of his eligibility. It's unlikely he plays tomorrow. Same with John Emery. He did practice this week, but his status is unknown. If he's able to go, he'll play. And then Orgeron also said that Mike Jones, the linebacker from Clemson, is going to play linebacker this week. He did not play linebacker against UCLA. We saw him on special teams, but this is going to be an opportunity to get Mike Jones out on the field to see if he can run around and play a little bit. And look, I don't know if Mike Jones is going to be able to play on the interior, but the thing that we know he can do is he can cover. He can go play in space, and he can cover. And LSU struggled with that a week ago. Now, as for this McNeese team, I mean, we talked yesterday to Brady Raynard from KPLC, and McNeese, look, man, I mean, they played a home game against West Florida. Say whatever, Division II. Good. Look, obviously a good Division II school. They said they won the Natty in Division II in 2019. But what are we going to extrapolate? I mean, they lost to a D2 school. It's an unforgivable thing. I'm not trying to make McNeese better than they are, but here's what Orgeron said talking about this McNeese team that LSU is going to see tomorrow.
We've run everything that we know that has hurt us for sure, and that has been run every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's going to be run tomorrow. So hopefully we made those corrections. And I know they're going to go fast. They're a hurry-up football team. But I'm sure they may have a wrinkle or two that we haven't seen. We scoured the film over the last year, and every formation that we could possibly come up with, we've run it.
For me, the thing that I want to see this week against McNeese, and listen, y'all, I'm trying to give you something to care about with a game that's going to be a 35-point spread. It's an FCS game that nobody wants to see. Like, with respect. I mean, it's an in-state school, and I know there's a lot of McNeese fans that are LSU fans. A lot of those guys at McNeese would love to have had the opportunity to play at LSU. They'll get to play a game in Tiger Stadium. First game with fans in more than a year. All that stuff, I get why it's a big deal. It's the home opener, and we're all going to be watching. But it's a 5-touchdown spread. So I'm less interested in matchups that might determine the outcome and more interested in LSU and what they do in this ball game to determine how much they've improved and can improve over the next 2 weeks before they get into conference play. And this is an obvious one because we've talked so much about the offensive line play, but that's what I want to see. I want to see Max Johnson protected, and I want to see the running game. I want to see the offensive line able to move bodies and protect Max Johnson. If you can't perform against a team when you are physically superior, that's just a gigantic problem because of what you have ahead. When you got to play at Kentucky, and you're going to play Auburn, and you're going to play Florida, and you're going to play Ole Miss and Bama and A&M. I mean, you all know the schedule. You've got to be, and there's certain teams that you're just not going to be able to beat in the trenches. You're not going to beat Bama in the trenches. You're not going to beat A&M in the trenches. I think you're going to struggle with Kentucky in the trenches. I mean, there's some of those games that it's just not going to go LSU's way because physically you're just not good enough. But the games that you have to win, you got to be better on the interior. And this is going to be a very big indicator of how much they're able to solve some of those communication issues. Now, Orgeron, they asked him, what does he want to see on Saturday? Here was the answer.
I want to fix the things that were wrong last week. I know we're going to get crossing routes. We got to cover them. We worked hard on them. All right, I know they're going to try to run the ball. They're going to RPOs. We got to be in our gaps, tackling, rush the passer, not give up explosive plays. We had way too many explosive plays last week. On the offensive side, I want to see a variety of runs. I want to see different formations. I want to see motions, shifts. I want to see outside runs, inside runs, gap schemes, and we want to play football. Let our guys run the football. We want to be able to protect the quarterback. It's protection first. We have some great receivers. We all want them to play, but we got to protect the quarterback. I hope we learned a lesson last week. Special teams, we got to make some game-changing plays. We got great athletes. We got to put the ball in their hands and make some plays.
Run the football, protect the quarterback on offense and special teams. Keep in mind, Trey Palmer muffed a punt. You didn't get a chance to return a kickoff all day. And Cade York did drill all of the field goals he attempted. The couple that he made, and then the one 50-plus yard that they took off the board. Due to the penalty. So there's a lot of room for improvement. I guess we can keep an eye on punter as well. It was effective for Avery Atkins, but it didn't look great. So we'll keep an eye on that as well this weekend. All right, after further review, I'm glad you're hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. 18 locations in South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you at ShawBillsTire.com. Bumper-to-bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. And be sure to use your new Shawbills credit card. You will get $50 off any first purchase with the Shawbills credit card. So if you're buying tires, you want to save an extra $50, use the Shawbills credit card. Get an oil change, it's literally free. They'll just charge $1 to scan the card. ShawBillsTire.com to find the location nearest you. Bumper-to-bumper auto service, name brand tires at wholesale prices. Shawbills for more than 50 years. Shawbills, we keep you rolling. All right, Muso's going to have Tigers in the pros. And I do want to talk about Dale Brown Court. We'll get to that in a second. Bottom of this hour, we'll preview Saints-Packers. I'm going to give you a pick. And my pick may surprise some people, quite honestly. But I'll give you Saints-Packers preview and prediction at the bottom of this hour, and we'll wrap up with an LSU pick and what we learned. So in the 5 o'clock hour here on a Football Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, glad to have you hanging out with us here. Stick around on AFR.
AFR.
At Hancock Whitney, their mantra is your dream, our mission. And obviously a lot of people's dreams were derailed amid Hurricane Ida. Maybe you had damage or anything that might have been done to your business or your home. As we rebuild along the Gulf Coast, Hancock Whitney will be where they've been for 120 years, right here in our communities, helping rebuild. Your dream, our mission. That's been their mantra for 120 years, and it will be today and 120 years into the future. It's Hancock Whitney Bank. Find a financial center near you. As a matter of fact, I was at my branch, my Hancock Whitney branch, Highland, right near the interstate, earlier this morning. HancockWhitney.com. Stop by a financial center or log on to HancockWhitney.com. That's HancockWhitney.com for Hancock Whitney Bank. Don't let your dreams go awry. You can trust the professionals at Hancock Whitney Bank. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans and accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
In the sunshine, everybody loves the sunshine.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Auctioner Health.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back North Airway off of Airline Highway.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
A Saints injury report is out. Unfortunately, Ken Crawley and Traquan Smith headed to IR. I'll give you a full preview and prediction on Saints-Packers in about 15 minutes. Right now, though, Musso has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Kentucky's Best Hemp. Find them online at kysbesthemp.com.
NFL football last night. Leonard Fournette for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, victorious Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 9 carries for 32 yards, added 5 receptions for 27 yards. Also kind of calls an interception, but made up for it later in the game. Leonard did not find the end zone, but did also record 1 tackle. Devin White recorded many tackles, 10 of them total, and 8 of them were all by himself, solo. A very nice start for Devin White in his third season in the NFL, where he looks now to be Defensive Player of the Year. Kevin Minter, for what it's worth, also 1 tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jabril Cox did not see action for the Dallas Cowboys, and Lyle Collins, of course, as we noted earlier in the show, has been suspended for 5 games for violating substance abuse policy in the NFL.
Apparently, he didn't show up for a test, for a drug test.
So they just suspended him, just assuming that.
So if you miss a test, it is an assumed failure. So that's apparently why. Like, he didn't fail a test. This is lawyers for Lyle Collins continue to appeal on his behalf, argue the policy allows for a fine, but not a suspension for a player who has only failed to appear for drug testing. So apparently he didn't show up for a drug test, which is what they're appealing. So maybe there's a way out of that for Lyle, that he won't take the full 5-game suspension, or maybe he can only have a fine. Started 62 games for Dallas. I mean, when he's played, he's been awesome. He missed 13 games in 2016 with the toe injury. I mean, he's been a little banged up at his time in the NFL. When he's been right, he's been awesome.
Here's to hoping he beats it and gets back out on the field then. DJ LeMahieu was not in the starting lineup for the was not in the starting lineup for the New York Yankees last night. No, it's not where he went to high school. We've established this. The man went to high school in Michigan, and he went to Brother Rice High School. And before
kinda.
No,
it's a brother school. We've been over this before.
Before you even go there, it's not the same school. Anyway, no.
Let me see what Brother Rice
probably just nosing through the trash.
No.
DJ LeMahieu. He wasn't in the lineup last night for the Yankees, but did grab a bat in the 8th inning to pinch hit for Brett Gardner. Singled, so a 1-for-1 night for DJ, the New York Yankees. Oh, God. I feel like I'm not going to like what you're about to say.
No, we're good.
Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness. The Yankees have lost 6 straight games.
I just saw the logo for Brother Rice High School, and it looks a lot like the Brother Martin logo. I mean, it is it's the Christian Brothers is the order, not the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. Let's see, they're they're maroon and orange, and they're the Crusaders. Bro,
Wow,
they're the
how about
Crusaders.
that?
I mean, you're so close, Hughes.
Yet so far away.
Both
away.
literally and figuratively.
Yes, exactly. There you go. There you go. Antoine Duplantis, yesterday we gave you his stats. We did. We gave you his stats for game 1 of a doubleheader, Matt. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Give it a minute. There's certain things I have to hit over here to make this all happen. But we told you he wasn't in the lineup for game 2 of the doubleheader, and now we know the reason why. It's the end of an era. Antoine Duplantis has been promoted to Double A Binghamton. So for one final time,
First, Latavius Murray.
Murray, present.
Now, Cyclone.
it's gone.
What are you going to tell me next? Todd Peterson's retiring from baseball?
No, he's still in the Nationals organization. For what it's worth, Antoine Duplantis, man, the call-up is very warranted. Leads the entire Mets minor league organization in hits this season with 100.
Whatever.
Something that should sound very familiar to LSU baseball fans. He's the leading hitter in the history of the program. Leading guy with the most hits. We still have goodies by Sierra.
When was the last time Nick Goody pitched?
A few days ago, but it wasn't worthy of playing the song. Let's just put it that way. It was tough. I know you wanted.
Is anybody else going to play in this organization?
I don't know.
Is anybody else in the Mets organization?
No, not.
He's it.
He's the only LSU Tiger. Yeah. I mean, look, man, you got some draft eligible guys coming out this year, though, and maybe someone gets drafted by the Mets and sent to Brooklyn. I know you wanted him to play there forever. I knew this news would hit you pretty hard, but
I'm devastated.
He's off to Binghamton.
I've never felt so bad about an LSU Tiger having good news, having success than this. I mean, Josh Smith got traded. That sucks because that ruined my Calicut LSU Yankees trifecta. Now Latavius Murray's gone.
Murray, present.
And the next day, we lose Cyclone.
Yeah. Wait.
What am I like actually going to have to talk sports?
All
I do is bits.
I was about to say either that, Matt, or we got to get to thinking of some more bits to do to replace these.
I better get cracking. Gotta find some new bits. It's like I just think these things up.
In the middle of a show.
This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Turn it up. Turn it loud.
I'm gonna miss it too. I really am.
You know what?
What? God, so good. 2008 rap.
Little baby bash, right? I am the host of the show, so I do have supreme executive power to do whatever I want. So I can just say, hey, play Cyclone.
I mean, you could, yeah. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. Kentucky's best hemp. Promo code AFR30 to save 30% off your order at KYSBestHemp.com. Inflammation, trouble sleeping at night, anxiety. They even have dog treats. If your dog has anxiety or if your dog has achy joints as they age, all natural CBD dog treats could be great for your pups as well. Kentucky's Best Hemp. That's Lewis Coleman's company, former Tiger Lewis Coleman. So check him out. KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. So it is official that LSU is renaming the floor at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center after Dale Brown. It will be Dale Brown Court. Okay, all right, first things first. I am 1 bajillion% behind this. I love it. It should have happened years ago. And for all the people who have all of their objections to why this should not have happened for Dale Brown, I fart in your general direction. I have nothing for any of you. You're all in your feelings, and you're all dead wrong. Period. Anyone that has any objection to naming the court after Dale Brown, you have no perspective. You are trying to block something that is a deserved honor and has been for a long time because you have some personal objection. You're not thinking about the greater picture of LSU basketball and what Dale Brown did, not just for LSU basketball, but for the entirety of LSU athletics, something Tim Brando very eloquently stated last month when he appeared at the Board of Supervisors meeting. The fact that this was a 12-3 vote and not a unanimous vote is absurd. And to Mary Werner, who voted against this, and the other two members of the board who are not listed here that voted against it, you can both kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Because you've lost any and all perspective. Dale Brown is the reason LSU's basketball program has any notoriety whatsoever. I know they won a championship in the 30s with Sparky Wade. I know Bob Pettit was there in the 50s. And yes, Pete Maravich is the greatest college basketball player ever, who also never went to an NCAA tournament. Dale Brown made LSU basketball. 13 straight NCAA tournaments. When he retired, only Adolph Rupp had won more games in the history of the SEC than Dale Brown. He went to 2 Final Fours. He won 4 SEC titles. And some people object because of the NCAA stuff with Lester Earl, but we addressed this yesterday. Lester Earl acknowledged the NCAA pressured him to give something up on Dale Brown, to which he later acknowledged, apologized for, and Dale Brown forgave him because that's Dale Brown. There has been no greater champion for NCAA student athletes, a man ahead of his time who absolutely deserves this honor, and so many people spoke on his behalf. And anybody who objects, I cannot fathom why you would object other than you are just a sad, miserable human who needs something to bitch about. So I hate to have to do that rant because it takes away from what should be a very celebratory moment honoring Dale Brown, something that should have happened a long time ago, and I'm glad they did it while Dale Brown is still living. He's 85 years old. He's not going to be here forever, and I'm glad that he's going to get to see this basketball season. I'm honestly also very surprised that there hasn't been a release from LSU that I see, or nothing that's up on the website. Maybe let me refresh now to see if that's changed, because I'm not sure that it has as of now, and it's not at lsusports.net as of yet, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, and hopefully it happens very soon. But that's something that needs to be celebrated. It's an honor that is worthy. I've known for some time that they had the votes on the full board to pass this, but there were certain board members, obviously, who had certain avenues with which they could prevent it from ever coming up for a full vote, which is what they've done at times in the past. And this time, thankfully, it got to a vote of the full board, and it passed, and it absolutely should have passed. And here's hoping. And one of the things that Mary Werner said is that Dale Brown never won a national championship. Charles McClendon never won a national championship. We named the practice facility out at LSU after Charles McClendon. In 18 years at LSU, he won 1 SEC title. Longevity doesn't necessarily mean greatness. Dale Brown had both. He had longevity and greatness and brought LSU basketball to a place where it had never been before in stabilizing it. So, yes, this is a much-deserved honor for Dale Brown. I'm thrilled for him. I'm happy to see it. I can't wait for the game where they honor him. I'll look forward to being in the PMAC there, and I hope that he gets a rousing ovation whenever this does, in fact, happen and honored as such. So congrats to Dale Brown. He's worthy. I'm thrilled for it. Hopefully you all are as well. You know, your past is what it is. There is no Mike Krzyzewski in LSU basketball history. There is no Adolph Rupp in terms of national championships or John Wooden. But LSU basketball is Dale Brown, and he deserves this honor, and I'm glad for it. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com, Michelli.com. That's Michelli Weighing and Measurement. I'm going to give you a Saints-Packers preview and pick here in just a moment. Michelli.com. Remember, at Michelli, they're working to get their Harahan office open again post-Hurricane Ida, but they still have every other office and calibration lab open. So even their customers in the greater New Orleans area, they are still servicing you. So they are available. Michelli.com. Learn more there at Michelli.com. ISO 17025 accreditation is available. If you weigh or measure something, they sell, service, and rent the products you use to weigh and measure. And Michelli is hiring. So if you find yourself in need of work, they're looking for you at Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Online, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. All right, we are halfway home in the 5 o'clock hour. Been a good one. Phil Steele was with us in hour one, previewed the biggest games in college football this weekend. If you missed that, you can catch it on demand at 1045ESPN.com or on the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. Theriot was here last hour. Still to come after this break, I'll preview and give you a prediction on Saints-Packers, and we'll wrap up with an LSU McNeese sort of what to watch, prediction, and what we learned. Coming down the home stretch here in the 5 o'clock hour on this week 2 of the college football season, week 1 of the NFL season, and glad you're hanging around. Stick around here on AFR.
AFR.
So since Ida has come through, there have been many people who had issues with their home central AC, with their HVAC system. If that's you, you can trust River City's 1 hour air, because so many have in our community over the years. Since 1980, I mean, more than almost 40 years now. River City's 1 hour, actually more than 40 years. River City's 1 hour air, 752-0001, 752-0001. Look for the big yellow trucks and vans with the giant clock on the side. That's River City's 1 hour air. In the flood of 2016, too many people learned this lesson the hard way. Their home flooded. They had to replace their home central AC. They called Chuck in a truck, had a poor install. Weeks or months later, they had to call River City's 1 hour air to rip the thing out and install it properly. Get it done right the first time. Trust River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall, where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
I'm glad you're rolling along with us here. I did want to give you a reminder. My partners at Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Many people have filed their insurance claim. Awesome. If you know you have roof damage and have not done that yet, do it. Once you have your claim number, and more importantly, once you have your scope of work, give us a shout. Hudco Roofing or online at HudcoRoofing.com. We started this week laying shingles. We spent so many days initially after the storm tarping and getting people patched. This week, we actually started re-roofing homes from Ida. So we're ready. We have shingles. We have manpower. We are ready to roll. So once you get insurance approval, we're ready to rock. So HudcoRoofing.com, HudcoRoofing.com. Bypass on the out-of-towners. Do business with someone you know. Everyone on our leadership team at Hudco, both Bossier and Baton Rouge, all of them are born and raised in Louisiana. Here before the storm, will be here after the storm. HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. The Saints and the Packers played a year ago. Close ball game. The Packers ended up scoring late, and they won the game 37-30. This game on Sunday in Jacksonville, I'm going to be very interested to see if it might follow a similar type course between these two teams. If you missed it, there is some very significant news for New Orleans today. Both Ken Crawley and Traquan Smith have gone on IR. I looked at that initially and thought, man, that's a really, really, really tough blow. And I don't think there's any doubt, especially as far as depth goes, that that's true. That is a tough spot for New Orleans. With the injury report in total, Crowley, Traquan on IR. Marshawn Lattimore, who was limited Thursday, was a full participant Friday, so he's a go. And then Teron Armstead and James Hurst both did not practice. That could just be a veteran day off, maybe just not wanting to put either of them at risk. There's no reason given. Well, actually, Armstead is a back and Hurst is a knee. Only Hurst is listed as questionable. Armstead looks like he's going to be a go. You have to list something if you hold him out. Maybe it was just holding him out. The Packers, it's a little more sincere, obviously. Vernon Scott, we know, their safety is going to be out. Zadarius Smith, their great pass rusher, did not practice. He is questionable for the game. Generally, if you don't practice on Friday, you're not going to go. But a player like that, I got to think that he's going to try to give it a go. Mercedes Lewis, the tight end, they gave him a veteran rest day on Thursday, and he was a full participant today. So not much there. But the things that are serious, that both Ken Crawley and Traquan Smith are on IR, which means they will not play. They're out. I am actually okay with that. It concerned me a lot this offseason that we were being pumped with the idea that Ken Crawley was an answer at one of the outside corner spots. I mean, remember, all throughout the offseason, certainly throughout training camp, we knew Marshawn Lattimore was there, but the big question was, what if Lattimore's suspended? Who's going to play outside corner? And we've talked about the notion of it being potentially Crawley and Paulson Adebo. And, I mean, they signed guys like Brian Poole, and they were just running through veterans this offseason to see who might be able to come in. Well, you're at this point now where you've actually supplemented that position. I know Bradley Roby isn't going to be able to go in this game, but Marshawn Lattimore is. And that was the big question. When we talked about this game all throughout this offseason, the biggest thing defensively was, I'll talk about offense in a second, but the biggest thing defensively was, man, we all have for months had made the assumption, well, you're not going to have Marshawn Lattimore, you're not going to have David Onyemata, you're not going to have Michael Thomas, you're not going to have Deontay Harris. Well, Onyemata, of course, is suspended. Michael Thomas is hurt, but you're going to have Deontay Harris. You're going to have Marshawn Lattimore. You're healthier and more available than we thought. The idea of Ken Crawley, Paulson Adebo terrified me. The idea of Marshawn Lattimore, Desmond Trufant I'm good with that. I was worried when people were trying to sell me Ken Crawley as an answer, when I've seen Sunday Ken Crawley in this league, and I don't want to see that on the outside. As a rotational guy who might be able to give you snaps defensively, you jumping in a pinch, okay. As the guy you're counting on to be opposite Marshawn Lattimore, who is going to lock down Devontae Adams, I don't want to see that. So I feel much better about the defense because Lattimore's out there. And I like the idea. Trufant is an upgrade over Crawley. Adebo could end up being an upgrade over Crawley. And then you still got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's a freaking stud, and allows all those guys to stay in their role. P.J. Williams is staying in dime packages. You're more whole there. And if I could stay on defense for just one more second, for me, one of the biggest things in this game is Green Bay's ability to protect Aaron Rodgers, which we have not talked a lot about, but remember, David Bakhtiari, their Pro Bowl left tackle, tore his ACL. He's out. So Aaron Rodgers will have a new left tackle protecting his blind side. And then Corey Linsley, their center, left this offseason in free agency. And Mike Detillier told us this for years, and it was an old Buddy D betting angle, but it was that teams that lose their center on a game week, they don't cover. They lose the game outright something like 80% of the time. It's something obnoxious, but it holds true so often. So anytime I see somebody lost a center, I'm always going to pay more attention to it. Yes, it was in free agency, so they had the whole offseason to work that, but it's just different. When you're in a game and you're making calls when bullets are flying for real with a center you haven't worked with, that is real. Now, 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers got crushed. 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers was sacked 41 times. Last year, in 18 games, so that's the 16 regular season games and the 2 playoff games, he was sacked 25 times. So the offensive line did a much better job of protecting Aaron Rodgers a year ago. The Saints last year, 45 sacks. They're one of the best in the NFL at getting to the quarterback. You've got no Trey Hendrickson, obviously, but you've got Cam Jordan, and no David Onyemata too. I get it. But you got Cam Jordan, you got Marcus Davenport, you got Carl Granderson, you add Peyton Turner, and you've still got Demario Davis, Quan Alexander in the middle. I like the Saints defense. I feel so much better about it today. Quan Alexander is back and healthy. That allows you to have the young guys as depth at linebacker spot. Marshawn Lattimore is available Sunday. That allows you to have Trufant, Adebo at the other boundary corner. I'm concerned. I have a question about the run defense, and the Saints have been one of the best, if not the best, run defense in the NFL the past 4 years, but no Malcolm Brown, no Sheldon Rankins. I get it. You need a supplement on the interior. How do those guys look? Do you really count them on Travius Adams? I mean, I'd feel so much better if David Onyemata was there. I mean, it just wouldn't even be a question for me. But I kind of like the Saints defense in this matchup. I don't think we're gonna be sitting here on Monday talking about the Saints giving up 40 points to Aaron Rodgers. I like the Saints defense in this matchup. Offensively, I know the gigantic question. There's no Michael Thomas. There's no Emmanuel Sanders. There's no Jared Cook. Your top pass catchers from a year ago are all gone. And I don't care. I don't care. Maybe that is super naive and brash of me, but I have watched Sean Payton for 15 years in New Orleans find randoms and make them work in this offense. And yes, the variable that I'm not considering is Drew Brees. It's the first game without Drew. But I would also say this is an opportunity with Jameis Winston to add a dimension to the passing game that you haven't had. You will have the ability to stretch the field with Jameis Winston that you did not have the past few years with Drew Brees. You can use Marquez Callaway and Deontay Harris to stretch the field. I totally understand they are going to ask guys on Sunday in the pass game to do things they've never done on Sundays. You're going to ask Marquez Callaway to be a number one receiver in a Sunday NFL game. You're going to ask Juwan Johnson to be a flex tight end and to be a dude. You're going to ask Adam Troutman to say, hey, bro, this is you. 85% of the snaps, you're on the field. I understand it. I have all the questions. But I also know that I've watched Sean Payton call plays for 15 years, and he is going to find a way to scheme guys open. Can they execute? Can Jameis play within himself? I love the Saints offensive line. You give me Alvin Kamara running, catching. I love it. You probably see where I'm leaning. And I think anyone who has listened to this show for any length of time knows definitively that I am not a homer. No one will ever accuse me of that. I will tell you how I feel. If I think a team's going to win, or if I think a team's going to lose, I'm going to tell you straight up. And the more I look at this matchup, especially with Mike Triplett, what he said yesterday about the history of Sean Payton taking his teams away from New Orleans. With 2005 was not a Sean Payton team, but that was a disaster post-Katrina. That just wasn't a very good team. But Sean Payton's teams, when they've had to do this, they've had success. Even when they played back-to-back West Coast games, they've just stayed out west or whatever. Maybe when you have great leadership and a great organization, you have these opportunities to organize your organization and make it work. And when you have good leadership, both in the front office, the coaching staff, and team leadership, these things aren't as big of a deal. And yes, I would love it if this game was in the Dome. I would love it if this game was in the Dome. Of course I would. A dome field advantage. But it's also not going to be a disadvantage for New Orleans. You're not playing the game in Green Bay like in 2005. They had to play a home game at the Meadowlands against the Giants. I think the Saints win the game. I'm going to pick the Saints 27-24. I think New Orleans surprises much of the NFL and wins week 1 against Green Bay. I love the fact that Marshawn Lattimore is going to play. I love that Deontay Harris is going to play. That adds a dimension on both sides of the ball that we weren't expecting to be there. And I think the Saints are going to win 27-24. Give me New Orleans to win and upset Green Bay week 1 there in Jacksonville. All right, it's after further review. Glad to have you hanging on with us here. Brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Blue Bond in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. Theantiagingclinics.com. That is the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. If you want to feel like your younger self, remember, they'll always give you a free testosterone level check. You can walk in and get a free testosterone level check at any time. But if you want to do your full blood labs, you do have to pay for the full blood labs, but that'll give you a snapshot of everything going on with you. Testosterone, estrogen, growth hormone, your liver function, your kidney function, your cholesterol, your prostate. A snapshot of your entire body and how you're working on the inside. And basically what they will do is say, okay, where are you imbalanced? And they will safely and affordably supplement you to get you to healthy levels to have you feeling like your younger self again. It's the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Blue Bond in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online, theantiagingclinics.com, theantiagingclinics.com. Okay, so I am picking the Saints to win. I am also going to pick LSU to win. But I'll tell you what I'm looking for with the Tigers and the McNeese State Cowboys in Tiger Stadium tomorrow. And we'll give a pick, and we'll wrap up with what we learned. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
Had the plumber out at the house today. Our outdoor kitchen should be wrapped up by next week. And it got paused, obviously, because of Hurricane Ida, which we certainly understand. But Pinnacle Exterior Construction has really done a great job. It's beautiful. It's coming along magnificent. And I'm really excited to be able to share the finished product. If you're dreaming about that custom pool or outdoor kitchen, Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Obviously, with Ida having come through, a lot of people are still removing trees and down fences from their property. Pinnacle Exterior Construction can do that as well. 757-6138, 757-6138. They've got crews that have the equipment to haul away your downed trees. And, of course, if you have downed fences, they can do that as well. They can haul away, they can repair, they can replace. Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Pools, outdoor kitchens, fences, decks, bulkheads, they do it all. And, of course, post-Ida, if you need that cleanup, they can help. It's Pinnacle Exterior Construction. 757-6138.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, wrapping up a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Remember, tomorrow, whiskey and wine as soon as the game goes final from Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll look for you there. You can watch on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel or on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook page. So thank you all for that. Tomorrow, Jeremy Hill and I will handle Eagle 98.1 Game Day pregame show. 7 o'clock kick means we're on at 2 p.m. Central Time on Eagle 98.1 and streaming on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. I think you get the point. You should be subscribed to our Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. All of our content basically originates in the studio, goes live on that channel. So if you don't have Cox or wherever else and you want to watch, it's on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. So please hit the subscribe button there. Hit the bell to be notified whenever we go live. And please smash, as the YouTubers say, smash the like button. That helps all of our algorithm for all the shows. So we appreciate that very much. Okay, LSU and McNeese. I'll go quickly here because we're short on time. LSU and McNeese Saturday in Tiger Stadium. It'll be the home opener. First time that they will have the opportunity for a capacity crowd in Tiger Stadium since the 2019 season, since the senior night Burrow moment. It was the last time they had a capacity crowd. It feels a little different this time, doesn't it? But I think this is a great opportunity for LSU to get a little bit of that swagger back. And yes, I do very much understand that this is McNeese and this is not going to be 102,000 loud and proud. But I also understand that if you're LSU and you had so much go wrong a week ago, this is an opportunity to get the get right, the feel good in your belly, and to dominate an opponent. I want to see the offensive line protect Max Johnson, and I want to see LSU run. I'll give you a number. I want to see LSU run for 200 yards in this ballgame. I want to see them go over 200 rushing yards in this ballgame. You are physically superior to this opponent. Go dominate them on the line of scrimmage. I also would like to see no turnovers. The interception from Max Johnson last week was completely atrocious, throwing off his back foot. Trey Palmer muffed a punt. Protect the football. Make sure you win that facet of the game as well. I definitely want to see Max Johnson. I want to see him be more stable. And how about Trey Palmer? He was your second leading receiver. We've asked this question about who's going to be the number 2. And we talk so much about the young guys. What does Trey Palmer do for an encore? Does Trey Palmer basically, is he the Robin to Kayshon Boutt's Batman? I guess we'll find out. This could be another opportunity to see that this weekend with the game in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. So we're looking forward to it. So the spread's 35, so I'll just give you a super chalky pick. How about 45-10? Right there on the number. You decide if you're going to take the hook or not. But I would love to see the defense have a big bounce back day. They can hold McNeese to about 10. I would feel terrible if we're sitting here on Monday and we're talking about a day where McNeese put up 400 yards and 30 points. So that defense can play well. All right, y'all have a great weekend. Muse, Paulie, thanks so much for all the hard work, guys. Enjoy your football weekend. We'll see you Monday.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, we remind you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138, ReliefWindows.com. Our communities continue to recover from Hurricane Ida, and if you are listening to me somewhere in South Louisiana or really points beyond, Relief Windows, really anywhere in Louisiana, really anywhere along the Gulf Coast, one of their biggest markets, honestly, is Beaumont, Texas. So wherever you're listening along the Gulf Coast and into even East Texas, our friends at Relief Windows can help you out. Windows, door siding, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Brandon Holly's built an amazing business, and he's built it on the premise that he is going to treat people amazingly. He's going to give exceptional customer service. He's never going to take $1 from you until you're thrilled with the work that they do. That's what it's about. It's all about customer service at Relief Windows. 288-8138, 288-8138, or ReliefWindows.com. Check them out online at ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door siding, ReliefWindows.com.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical